Hey, there we go. What is up, collecting crew? Man, got slipping there. Got caught slipping. How you all doing? Thank you for joining. This is Feezy's Figures. I'm Jay Feezy. This is Hot Talk. What are we at? Episode 17. Thank you for coming through and enjoying some of this Saturday with us, right? Part of this Saturday, at least here in California, in the West Coast. We're having some nice weather. And I'm hearing in other parts of the world, you're having some nice weather as well. So I appreciate you spending this nice day with us, whether you're just having us all in the background, doing yard work, doing stuff around the house, or you're working. I appreciate you tuning in. And then for those catching on replay, definitely appreciate you coming through and taking time to watch this whenever you can. We got a good show, fun show, I think. Couple of new guests, Star Wars heavy figures to talk about. So all you Star Wars fans are still eating good, man. The past couple of weeks, a lot of Star Wars figures coming out. Yeah, and I think it's not stopping, right? We still got May 4th coming up within less than a month, right? Where where we at? April 12th so far. So yeah, expect a lot more. But with that, as usual, timestamps will be in the description after the stream. So if you want to, for those of you catching on the replay, or if you want to go back and listen to this at any point, those will be in there to kind of jump around, skip certain figures, certain parts, as always. And then links to my panelists' socials will be in there as well. I'll put those in there after the stream. So go out and check out their stuff, show them some love, and yeah, support them where you can, as well as the friends of the channel. Be sure to check that section out and check out some of those people there making some good content over there. All right, without further ado, let's go ahead and bring in my guest, first timers. So starting off, we have in the house with us, already winding down, Jim Collector. What is up, my man?
Evening, man. You good?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah. Or how are you doing? You doing all right?
Yeah, very good. Looking forward to winding down with this stream. I know most people are winding up, right? Or winding through the day. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Yep. Jim is joining us from the other side of the world. He's in the UK himself. So yeah, like I said, his Saturday is just about to end, whereas ours is just beginning. But Jim, finally glad to have you on the stream. I know we've chatted a couple times on social, and we actually I was streaming with you on Geo's stream for a figure talk episode.
Yes.
What was that? A couple of weeks ago now. And so yeah, it's good to have you on my stream now finally.
No, thanks for having me. I'm happy to be here. Always enjoy coming on different streams. So yeah, thanks for the invite. Looking forward to chatting with you.
Yes, sir. Yeah, likewise. All right, and our next guest, panelist, first time here also, but no stranger to the channel. Definitely no stranger. The one, the only, Tremble Dust. What is up, my man?
Hey, people. Hi, guys. Hi, fellas. How's everyone?
What is up, good sir? How you doing, man? What's up with you?
I'm cold. It's like 30 something in New York.
Yeah.
That's why I'm wearing like a hoodie and everything like that. That's cool. Other than that, everything is fine. It's a little drizzly, but other than that, good.
Oh, not sunny for you.
Oh no! It's dark.
Oh,
it's rainy. Apparently, in some parts of Jersey, it snowed.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
That's insane.
Yeah, very, very. Especially this time of year. Supposed to get better on Monday, but right now, yeah, it's cold. I bundle up. You know, if you put away any winter jackets, I'd take them out for like today and tomorrow.
Yeah.
And, just be ready.
Yeah, well, thanks for coming through, man. Thanks again for joining us. I know it's again your first time here on the stream. But I know you're no stranger to streaming. You've been with Collector's Figure and those guys over there. S Beam's channel, by the way. So for those of you not familiar, check out S Beam's channel and Collector's Figure every Monday. Sometimes you'll see Tremble Dust pop in there. But yeah, man, good to have you on the stream here.
Yeah, every time I think I broke 3 promises to join the stream. Oh yeah,
it's all good, man.
Yeah, yo. So.
Yeah, thanks for coming through. And we may get some more guests coming in later today. We'll see. If not, then it's all good, and we'll just roll with us and talk figures. And then if you're up for it, maybe a round of Feezy's 20, but we'll see how that goes. All right, and let me address the chat here. We got first in the house, Movie Cannon Geo. What is up, my guy? Thank you for coming through, Jay Feezy and company. Like I mentioned, Jim and I were on an episode of Figures Talk on the Movie Cannon. Is Geo, so be sure to check out his stream and catch that. I think that was one of the most recent Figures Talk. I forget which episode, but yeah, Jim and I, and among others, were on that. That was a fun stream. That was a good
stream. Yeah, enjoyed that.
Yeah, thanks for coming through, Geo. Hopefully you're having a good Saturday so far. And we got Vita. Hopefully I pronounced that right. Thank you for coming through. What's up, everyone? I believe she has some relation to Jim. She's a fan of Jim. Yeah,
he is.
So thank you for coming through and spending your Saturday with us. Hopefully you had a good Saturday so far. Again, I know yours is winding down as well. We got Jose Plus in the house. Jose G, what is up, my man? I'll repeat this again at the end of the stream, but so for those of you that don't know, Jose Plus has a show, Más o Menos, that he hosts on 16Fix's channel. So he's about 3 episodes in, and I will be a future contestant on that show, kind of similar to Shark Tank. I know Jim had the privilege of being on that show as a guest judge as well, him and Vita. And so most recent episode, I believe, was episode 3. So yeah, it was a fun one. It's been a fun stream. That's been a fun show. But yeah, the end of April, I will be on there. I'll remind all those again at the end of this stream. When we discuss what we have coming up. But yeah, thanks for coming through, Jose Plus. Appreciate you, and looking forward to being on that Más o Menos show, man. It's going to be interesting. Yeah. Then we got Feel the Burn in the house. What is up, my man? Javi, Gym Collector, Tremble Dust. What is up? Thank you for joining us on this fine Saturday. Well, I guess depending on where you're at, right? Fine or semi-fine, according to Tremble Dust. Yeah. L Walker in the house. Yeah. What is up? Larry Walker, let me see. Where's that? I got to always do this here. Here we go. There we go. Shout out for Larry Walker. Thank you for coming through, my guy. Hopefully you're doing well as well on this fine Saturday. And you're having a good weekend so far. Hopefully your weekend's off to a good start. Let's see. I think we got through everybody. Appreciate and Jim and Tremble Dust interacting with the chat. Love to see it. Always appreciate when panelists do that and interact with the chat. So, yeah, don't let us stop you. You guys keep doing your thing in the chat. That's one of the reasons why I do this, right? So we can have discussion, not only here among us, but also people in the chat joining can have that discussion there, kind of side discussions. So I'm just happy to have that, provide that medium for you all to do that. All right, gentlemen, are we ready to talk figures?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Here we go. So we got one released and 3 announced. Okay, yep. 1 released Marvel. That is the bully himself. We got Bully Maguire, aka Spider-Man, black suit, Tobey Maguire, from of course the Sam Raimi movies. In particular, this is from the 3rd one, Spider-Man 3. So this was released just the other day, I believe it was. Kind of rehash some tips here or some info. Collector's edition. So there's a couple of editions here, right? So collector's edition is $300 USD. Deluxe. $330 USD, and then each of those has a special edition. So there's a collector special edition, same price, and then the deluxe special edition, same price. The special edition, however, is exclusive to Sideshow, at least here in the States. And so, unfortunately, on Sideshow, all those versions are sold out. So the collector's deluxe and both the special editions, on Sideshow, anyways. This was announced. Let's see, September 2023, which was a while ago. And honestly, this, I don't know where I was when this was announced, but I almost completely forgot about this figure until, I kept coming up in the whole Fix Black Suit Toby campaign was going on. Yeah. That reminded me, but I had when I first started seeing it, I was like, damn, when was this announced? And so I had to look, and yeah, sure enough, it was a while ago. So I mean, I guess looking back, not too long. Yeah, exactly.
It took a long time for this.
Yeah, and for some reason, I don't know, I just don't remember this one. It just like slipped my mind. So, but yeah, it's here now. We got it. Again, kind of going over some of the accessories real quick. So 10 hands, for those of you that aren't familiar with this. This is like a 2.0, and I'll do, as usual, I'll do the comparison on the previous version, but this has a 10 hands, an alternate symbiote head, as you can see here, with the magnetic attachable tongue, 2 symbiote like arm pieces effects that you can, they're swappable between either arm, or you can put them both on one arm. Spider-Man mask, right? So a loose fitting mask as if he just took it off, that he can hold in his hand. 6 web accessories, and then the special edition is an alien symbiote head, kind of like without the jaw. We'll look at photos of it, but yeah. So this one was, like I mentioned, it's a 2.0. There is a review out on this already. If you want to go check that out, I've seen one so far. I don't know if there's more, but yeah, right off the bat, I'd say this one's looking pretty good, man. This is I was on the fence with this one, but after again, I remembered that this was coming up. But yeah, looking at this, the head sculpt I think is on point. Again, we'll look at that versus a proto. The suit looks good. I do hear about some of the complaints still regarding the mask and the seam on top of the head. That is unfortunate. It does suck that hasn't been fixed. But looking back, it seems like it was there the whole time, even through like the previous versions, right? Through like the 1.0, I think, and the red and blue suit, the standard suit, it was there as well. So I don't know what was going on with that and why they kept that in there this whole time, and they just didn't want to replace it. So I'm not sure what the deal is with that. I do see what everybody's saying about the sunken in eyes on the head, which is weird. How those lenses aren't like on top of the mask, is instead of being kind of indented in. Yeah, it's just, I don't know why they didn't fix that either. It is kind of interesting because all the other Spider-Mans have that, right? Where it's just magnetic on top of the mask.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, this diorama base though is awesome. I like the way that looks. That looks sick. I'm thinking about doing that one pose that we see when that was movie poster pose where he's kind of like looking down and just on top of that. I think it's like on top of a building. I forgot what it was, but he was just kind of posing in the rain. The rain's all falling up.
Yeah,
he's in that black suit. Yeah. So that, trying to do that pose, although I don't know on the articulation, I don't know if I'll be able to pull that off, but yeah, I think this looks good overall. I mean, I think this for those of you who are anticipating this figure, it does look good for the most part. Yeah, there's probably could have been some improvements, but I think it still came out pretty well. What about you guys? I'll turn it over to you guys. What are your thoughts on this one?
I mean, I think this looks pretty good. I'm not like so obviously the fixed backsuit Toby thing, that was it Riley and Nick's Collectibles, and they've got a much better view into what this should look like than I do. I mean, I grew up with Raimi's Spider-Man, right? Like I've always wanted a Toby suit in the collection. I didn't pick up the No Way Home one just because that neckline just really irritated me. I couldn't have that, so I haven't picked one up. But I think this looks really, really solid, and I like how you can use the Venom bits on the base as well. I think that's a really cool double use and feature for those. And is it the deluxe then that comes with the extra Venom head, where it's like you said, it hasn't got the bottom jaw, it's like it's just coming out of the suit? Because that's really cool. I like how that looks. This is actually the special edition here. This is what comes with the special edition. Yeah. That's nice. I like that. Like effects there, looks pretty good. Body proportions I think look quite good as well. I mean, he looks well muscled here. He was never the biggest guy in the original from what I remember, but I think this suits quite nicely, so I think it came out really well. I do like that head sculpt as well. I think that's a good likeness of him. And I've seen Topo going to work on the suit that he wears in his infamous scene, where he's doing all the dancing and stuff like that. So if I was getting this, I would probably pick up that suit just to recreate some of those dance moves.
Right? Or you can just do it at home yourself. Yeah. You don't have to recreate it. You can just do it yourself.
I mean, the figure looks great. I'm not really the biggest Spider-Man collector, I have like a few pieces. I'm actually waiting for the Superior Spider-Man to.
Oh yes.
I haven't gotten
Yep.
the invoice yet from Mommy. I'm waiting on that one. That one I'll get. This one is cool. Don't get me wrong. The face sculpt looks on point. I like the accessories. The base I really like.
Yeah, right.
Other than that, I'm like, for me, it's a pass. But for anybody who's like a really deep Spider-Man head, and I grew up around the time when these movies came out, and you think I'd be more of a fan, but I'm like, I'm more Tom Holland.
Yeah.
I'm Team Tom Holland these days, but it's cool. And I say like this: for any Spider-Man fan, more power to you. You should get it. Me personally, I'll take a pass, but it looks good. Overall, it looks good. I don't see anything.
Yeah. Speaking of that base, right? Like, you guys know me. I'm usually for figures and/or bases that are versatile, that you can put in multiple displays and mix and match, with the other IPs and figures I have. So yeah, this base, I can see people using it for Daredevil, The Crow, Batman.
Crow.
Yeah, exactly. See, right there.
Good point.
Yeah.
Even John Wick.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a good one too.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
John Wick. Yep. That kind of has some sort of.
Yeah, but the cross. Yeah, for some reason, the cross. Yeah, but it looks nice. I wonder how it is. Like in the reviews, I didn't get to see any reviews on it. Is the base? Is it like light? Like is it like cheap? I guess that's the word I'm looking for. Or is it kind of?
I can't remember what. Do you remember, Jim? I can't remember exactly what they said about the base, but I think it was. Yeah, I think it was kind of light.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's good.
Enhance.
Yeah, I'd imagine so. They never go too solid.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, right. Because that would be pretty heavy. Let me go back here to one with.
Has this one got that neck seam that the red suit has, or have they not got that in this? It's hard. I don't know if it's just hard to tell because it's black.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
Not, but
yeah, it's there. It's just I think on the review they were saying, yeah. Let me see if I can get it. Yeah. Yeah.
Looks like a pose.
Yeah, like you were saying. Yeah, like because it was black, I think it works better because it blends in a little more. Whereas on the red suit, it stood out. And then I was watching the reviews that they said that the lines, the web lines, line up better on this one too. So
yeah.
I see. You can. It's kind of hard to tell because there's like a lot of photos with covering the shadows. They're trying to do a good job of hiding that theme. Notice.
There we go. That one you can kind of see it.
Let's see here. Go back, enhance. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. You can see it there.
Yeah, but you really have to.
Bad.
Yeah.
What were we gonna say, Tremble?
No, I was saying it looks. I see the same, but it looks like you really have to look for it. At least in the pictures. Yeah, like, for sure. I don't know how it is in person if it stands out, but I love the Venom head. The Venom head looks great, though.
Yeah, right. And I can't remember. It's been a minute since I've seen this movie. Did it show up like this? The Venom head, the symbiote. Did it do this in the movie like that?
It's the Tom Hardy Venom design, isn't it? I think there's some contention on that because it's not exactly the design of the original.
Yeah, it looks like they took that one. I don't remember
looks like from the Venom. Like the tentacle things.
Yep.
Yeah.
Eyes too.
Yeah, that's cool. But was this in Spider-Man 3? Did it? Yeah. Did this? Did it look like this in the movie?
I want to say no.
It did.
In a while.
Yeah, I think I agree with you, Tremble.
Yeah. I got to look again, but I don't remember it looking like this.
There's the bit where they hit the bell and it kind of jumps out, but that's Eddie Brock though, isn't it? Not not Toby.
And at the end where traps him with the pipes and he starts hitting them.
Yeah, that's it.
Out too, but I don't remember him looking like that. I could be wrong, but it's been a while. But
No, I'm with you. Yeah, I wasn't saying I don't remember it looking like that. Also, let me know in the chat or in the in the comments afterwards. I guess I can look it up also after the stream. But I don't remember. I could just go watch the movie, I guess, again. Yeah. But I'm with you guys. I don't remember it looking like that. And but yeah, you're right, Jim. It does have like more of a resemblance to the Andrew Hardy Venom type head sculpt there.
Yeah.
Or
the comic Venom. Though I think one of the one they just came out recently.
Yeah, it looks like it was reused. Yeah, even the teeth. You can tell. I don't remember the teeth looking like that in Spider-Man 3. Again, I could be wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it just says emo.
It is a bit.
Right.
Yep, definitely. Yep, emo McGuire. Yeah, I got a lot of that when when it first came out. Yeah. L Walker saying I got a waitlist conversion for the deluxe. Nice, congrats, man.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's good.
the deluxe, and I forgot to mention this, but the deluxe comes with the base that we were just looking at, and I think that's actually just about it, right? I think the deluxe just has a base,
That's it.
and that's the only difference there between the two.
Okay.
Just doing a double check here. Yeah, so it's just that base, but the collector's edition still comes with everything else that I mentioned aside from the base. But again, the special edition has that additional head that let me see. Let me go back here. So this head here in the back, that's part of the special edition. So right here, this part, yeah, this is the one that's.
I remember that looks more like the Spider-Man 3 Venom than the other one.
Right?
Again,
Yeah.
it's the teeth. It's the teeth that's going to come out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but either way,
Oh, but yeah, it looks good. Overall, I mean, yeah, again, this head sculpt looks good compared to. Speaking of, let's go ahead and do a quick comparison here. Oh, switch in. So here we got the proto on the left, the final on the right. I think it looks pretty good. I mean, it's pretty close. I don't, again, I mentioned this before in gym, kind of similar, same thought as you. I'm not one to like look at like the fine, minute details and pick out everything. To me, as long as it looks good and what looks like what I remember in my mind's eye, it's good to me.
Yeah.
So I'm not one to like, really analyze body proportions unless they're like exaggerated and like really big or just out of proportion. But for the most part, as long as it looks good to me, I'm good with it. I'm not really one to get in the minor details. So there may some keen-eyed fans might see some differences here, but to me, I think this looks good. I don't know. What do you guys think?
No, I see. Again, I'm hard to pick out major issues on this.
Yeah.
Be interesting to see it next to the Tobey Maguire himself, wouldn't it? Like, see what they look like side by side, because the proto especially looks fantastic, and the final looks pretty close to what we can see there.
Yeah.
Just obviously different angle and such, but very good.
Yeah, same. I mean, it's hard to be honest with you. I mean, the real test would be to see it in person,
Right.
Because with the final, the final, I don't know if the exposure is different because I see in the proto, you can see his pores, you can see his skin texture better.
Yeah.
On the final, not so much. It looks like it's kind of like blotted out. The lip looks like they're more pursed in the final than they are on the proto.
Oh yeah, I see. Like has like
yeah,
more
you're
of an
probably
overbite.
right. Yeah.
Yeah. And the eye, his eyebrows look slightly different. But I'm with you, Feezy. If something looks at least 80% like the proto, I have no problem. If it looks good to me, I'll I won't be mad. I mean, it didn't have to be something extremely different from the proto. Like his nose would have to be where his forehead is, and then I'm like, hey,
You would have to have like a what is it, like an Owen Wilson nose? You'd be like, oh hell no, they got that again.
Exactly.
Just like,
exactly.
Then
like
it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But other than that, it looks good. It does look. I know people. It's their money. They want to get the best they can.
Yeah.
And they want exactly what they see, advertised.
Mm.
I get it. And if you feel like this is not what you want, don't get it. Seriously, just it's what it is.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, for me, I mean, I'd do it if I was gonna buy the figure. Yeah, to me, it's gonna. But again, you will never really know until you see it in person. That's me.
Yeah,
different photographers use different exposures, lenses. It could change a lot of details.
That's
overall, it's cool to me. Yeah, I have no problem with it.
Yeah, what were you gonna say, Jim?
No, just what you were saying on photos. He's not wrong at all. It's different photos, different lighting. Like it changes the contours of the face depending where the shadows are. So yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough one, but it does look good. I think they did well. Photo to final.
Yeah, and I definitely agree with you guys. It's I usually do these just to kind of give you like somewhat of an idea of like at least what they were advertising versus what we ended up getting. But yeah, ultimately, this is like Tremble was saying. It may not, some things may be a little bit off just again because of the angles, the lighting, the whatever photoshopping they do. Like on some of these myself, I kind of, if I feel like the photo that I'm using is kind of dim, I'll increase the
Yeah.
brightness just so you all can see it better.
Mm.
But yeah, sometimes the final right that ends up being a little soft compared to the proto anyways. And so yeah, there's a lot of factors going in here, but this at least just gives you an idea of, you know,
Yeah.
what to look for. And then again, you'll really have to kind of dig in and look closely to kind of catch these details to see those differences. But I mean, obviously for the most part, we have it on our shelf and it's just going to be there. We're looking at it from a distance, right? And so,
Yeah.
and that's why, again, I don't get too caught up in the details personally.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of showing this for all of you watching and just kind of for your information, your comparison, your references. But yeah, to me, I think, yeah, it still looks good. And then sometimes when I do get a figure like you guys were saying, I'll just be like, oh, wow, it actually looks better than I thought. Granted, it's
Yeah.
not like a night and day difference, but it's still like, sometimes it exceeds my expectations of what I was thinking based on images like this that I've seen. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah. So I
Really
definitely
good.
hear you both on that one. And then here, so this is the proto and the final, and then here is the
Oh, you
I
were-
put proto here. That's a mistype. That's a typo on my part. This is supposed to be the previous
Okay.
black suit
It's the
Spider-Man.
original. Oof.
Yeah, the original. Sorry, disregard the proto.
Wow.
I just copied and pasted it. I have to
Wow.
change it.
That's night
Look
and
at
day,
that
bro.
difference. That's huge.
There is no way.
Yeah,
Come
there's
on.
no
That's a
way.
stunt double, and then that's the
Yeah.
actual actor on the other side.
So that is MMS 165 on the left. That first
That's
black suit
old.
Spider-Man.
Oh,
the
definitely.
head
Come
sculpt.
on, man.
Yeah.
When
and
you look at
this-
some of the
we're
older
at-
Hot Toys, you see how far they've come. Like the
Yeah.
original
Yeah.
Ripley with the power loader, that sculpt is rough, very rough.
Yeah.
But this,
Yeah.
yeah, this is bad. The nose looks the same though.
This is
That's
bad.
similar.
Yeah, still
Yeah.
good. They didn't do the Owen Wilson on him, so he's still good.
Yeah. And you gotta remember when it came out, we were probably like, "Oh wow, this looks great," you know?
Mm.
Yeah.
For the time, yeah. But wow, woo! Like he has no pigmentation. He has like, where's his metal? There's no color.
Yes. He's not
Yeah.
healthy.
It scared him.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
yeah,
he's
he
not
has
at
no
all.
color. It's anemic. That is. So
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
the reason I put proto on this, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, is because this is a prototype of the previous version. This is not the final like blogger of that previous
Yeah.
version.
Mm.
And so this is already probably looking better than like the final at the time.
wow, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So this is the best it could have looked.
No, that's
You
bad.
could-
But yeah, again, what's that?
I'm sorry. Oh no,
No, I was just gonna say, yeah. So this is just that, like, you know, again, to what you were saying. Yeah, I agree, right? Like at the time, I'm sure people who got this were like, "Oh, damn, this looks awesome.
Mhm.
This looks just like him." And you know, I always make that comparison to, you know, video games, PS1 versus where we're at, we're PS5 now. I'm sure at the time, people
Yeah,
were blown away with the PlayStation graphics or the PlayStation 2, if you even want to go a generation after.
yeah,
Yeah, but looking at it back now, you're like,
Oh,
"Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
That's so true.
you're a
Like
gamer, right,
PS1
Jim?
games, the older video game, like you know,
Yeah.
the cutscenes. Like in PS1 games, you get to like a proper cutscene with the really
Yeah.
nice graphics. And I used to be like, oh, I can't wait till games look like that, just from like all the
Mhm.
time. And then now
Yeah.
you look at those
Yeah.
old cutscenes, you're
Yeah.
like, God, that looks rough. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I always do that with Final Fantasy, those Final Fantasy games.
Oh,
Where they
those
have
are
the
the
Oh
cutscene.
yeah.
those and wow.
Oh,
not
yeah.
so much, but the adverts, their commercials.
Yeah.
Oh
Wow,
yeah.
the best. Holy crap, that was cinematic like a
Yeah.
motherfucker. You love that.
Yeah,
shit.
they were. Yeah, I was like, damn. Yeah, what?
Yeah.
But yeah, like we were saying, Jim. Whenever I would watch those cinematics for Final Fantasy in particular, because that's what I played. I played a couple of them back on the PS1, and yeah, I was always impressed by those the animation
Yeah.
from the cutscenes.
Oh yeah. Same.
But yeah, this was Spider-Man Black Suit. Toby, let me address the chat here real quick. We got KG in the house. What is up, my guy?
Wow,
KG,
KG.
thank you for coming through. KG Collector says, got this coming Monday. Man, already. Says, but this is a masterpiece except for the mask. Yeah, man. I hear you, and I can see why. Yeah, I can see. That seems like a big consensus, right? And a lot of people just don't like the mask.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
You know, I know, like I mentioned, some people, like for me, for instance, I can kind of look past it. I mean, yeah, the seam is annoying, I'm not going to lie, but, you know, it wouldn't break the figure for me. But I know other people like KG, like yourself and others, and Nick and Riley are just hardcore Spider-Man fans. And like, you want as close especially for a character you guys love and you guys want, right? And it just goes for all of us. Anyone, if we all have a specific character, we want that. We want to get like a best version that we can because that's that's our character, that's our person. And so yeah, and I definitely agree. But it just goes back to what Tremble said, right? We all have different value is subjective, right? So what we think is worth our money and what isn't, and that goes for any figure, any from any company, right? So it's just if it's worth 100%. It to you, if you're gonna enjoy it.
Yep.
But thanks for coming through, KG, and we got P Rock in the house. P Rockzilla, thank you for coming through, my guys. Jose Plus, yeah, dale. LWO yesterday. If you guys missed it, I need to go back and watch it myself. But go check out P Rock. It was actually on 1/6 Fix's channel. But LWO took place last night. So check out the Friends of the Channel section to go see the replay. Yeah, on Marco 1/6 Fix's stream. P Rock hosts that sometimes as well. He's been holding it down actually. So both Friends of the Channel, go out, check out their YouTube channel if you're interested in catching LWO on the replays. All right, hope you're having a good day though, P Rock. Hope you're doing well, man. We got S Beam in the house, Superior Beam. Hello, all he says. Thank you for coming through, S Beam. Hopefully you're having a good day as well. Like I mentioned, Collector's Figure every Monday. We can catch S Beam, sometimes Tremble, Blue Tattoo, Michael Elliott. That whole crew, the CF crew. They're over there. So check them out. All right, gentlemen, any other thoughts on Emo Toby, Black Suit Toby, Bully McGuire?
Bully McGuire. Oh, no, I'm good.
No, I'm thought out.
All right. So that was make sure I got everything out. Oh, yeah, no. You're touching on, that's what I was going to mention. Speaking of Larry Walker, again, congrats on getting that conversion. This is unfortunately sold out at most places. I think I was the only place I did see it at so far was Pop Culture. Pop Culture is usually last resort. But for those that aren't familiar, they are based on Australia, so it's going to take a while.
Oh yeah,
if you're in the States, but they last I looked, they did have the standard and deluxe available. So if you're still wanting to get this figure, jump on it, head on over there, take a look, and see if it's something that you're if you want something you want to pull a trigger on. But other than that, I haven't seen it available anywhere else. So yeah.
Oh, just to follow up on. Oh, sorry. Just to follow up on the Pop Culture one. Yeah, expect to get this late summer. If you do
late summer, there you go.
I mean, they're great. Don't get me wrong. Pop Culture is great. Packing wise, you could play rugby, football, whatever the hell you want with the packing. It'll be great. But yeah, you're gonna have to wait for it. But they have good prices too. The conversions are great, especially in the US. But that was my spiel. That was my 2-cent sponsorship. Pop Culture, if you like. Codes, I accept them. I'm not, I don't mind.
Yeah. Pop Culture, send this guy, sponsor this man. Yeah, yeah. Dude, send something his way. Yeah, throw a little something. He's helping you guys out. All right, here we go. Next, so that was the only release we got this far. Next up, jumping on to the announcements. All Star Wars from here, folks. So buckle up. We're going to light speed. Okay, maybe not light speed, but still, we're going to be talking some figures here. First up, controversial one. The one who ended up going to the dark side, and he has the eyes to prove it. We have Darth Vader, the Sith apprentice, Star Wars. This is a Hot Toys exclusive. So no price yet, no information on that. At least from what I tried to search, I couldn't find anything. Usually, at least Secret Base on their Facebook post has something, but I didn't see it on there. So I'm not sure how much this is going to cost. I would say at a minimum the same price as the Artisan Anakin that went up previously that was just released. But this is going to be, I mentioned exclusive, so $1,500 to Japan. So for those of you that aren't familiar, Star Wars Celebration is coming up soon. I think the end of April, if I remember correctly. And so they're going to have 1,500 units of these figures there for the Star Wars Celebration. So in Japan, it's taking place in Japan this year. And then another 1,000 in select markets, right? So another 1,000 that are probably going to go up on some on Sideshow. I don't know how many they're going to get or where else they're going to sell these, but everywhere else is 1,000, which I thought was weird because, we covered I covered the Cherry Blossom Trooper and who is it? Galen Urso, I think it was, or maybe it was Vader, but there was some of those that it was the other way around, right? I think it was like 1,000 in Japan and then 1,500 in select channels. So for some reason, they swapped it here and they're making less limited to the public. So I'm not sure what the reasoning on that. Maybe is because they just released that Artisan Anakin recently. I'm not sure. Not sure what the thought process is on that, but yeah, I don't know. That's Hot Toys, right? Trying to figure out their thought process, which we'll come back to here in a minute. But so from what I've seen so far, he's coming with a LED light up saber powered by USB, so that's good. 5 right ungloved hands, 4 left ungloved hands, so 9 hands total. And then, man, I hate to say this, but leather-like tunic. That's right, leather-like, not leather. Leather-like tunic, which is unfortunate, right? I myself was saying before with the Artisan Anakin that I was passing on that one because I'm hoping to get a dark side Anakin. And at first I was excited. I saw this, I'm like, yes, here it is. But I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw it, I thought I had seen somewhere that it was Revenge of the Sith, because obviously that's where we first see dark side Anakin. But then later, looking at the posts and everything, I realized that this is just labeled Star Wars, right? So I know there's been some part of the controversy is the accuracy of this figure. But looking back again, it shows just labeled Star Wars. It has like a general label. It's not branded Ahsoka. It's not branded Revenge of the Sith. So I think because of that, Star Wars Hot Toys has some leeway in how they can represent this figure. It's kind of similar to, again, the Cherry Blossom Star Trooper, the Porcelain Trooper, right? Those were just labeled Star Wars. Those weren't from anything in particular, like no movie or show or anything like that. It's just kind of Hot Toys doing their thing. And again, similar to Vader, the 2 Vaders that we got, the exclusive was the dueling effect version, right? I think that was just labeled Star Wars. And then on a general release, the battle damage Vader, right? I think that was also just labeled Star Wars as a general label. There wasn't any reference to any particular movie or show or anything like that. So I think this is along those lines where they just keep it general, just say Star Wars, and then they can basically just kind of reference it however they want, which I think was their justification to reuse the body, because it looks like this body is reused from the previous Artisan Anakin. From what I can tell, again, I didn't compare every detail, but it looks for the most part to be the same except for the head sculpts. And then we'll look at the head sculpts here in a minute. We'll compare the two, but yeah, the head sculpt looks different. Obviously the eyes are kind of more Sith / dark side for this release, hence the Sith apprentice Darth Vader aspect of it. But because of that, because of the general release and because of the labeling, it just says Darth Vader, Sith Apprentice. I think we'll still get a 2.0 dark side Anakin. That's actually that's my thought. Anyways, that's my thought on that. Kind of similar to how we got. I think this is just like a tease, like a preview, right? And then they're probably going to do a more general release 2.0 dark side later. Kind of similar to how they did. Cap Endgame, right? When they first brought out Cap after some years, he was in the Endgame exclusive version where they included the gauntlet, and that was Hot Toys exclusive. And then later on, that's when we got the Winter Soldier 2.0 stealth Cap. So I think this figure is going to be that way. We'll get another Anakin, a proper dark side 2.0. At least that's my hope. No pun intended. And then I said the same thing with Galen Urso, right? I think people were pissed that Galen was exclusive, and justifiably so. I would be pissed too.
Yeah.
If I was like really anticipating or looking to get that figure, but I think that was just kind of like their little tease exclusive, and I think they're going to re-release him later on in a different variant type of costume or uniform. But yeah, what are your thoughts? I'll pass it over to you guys. I know I talked a lot. That was a lot of info, but I'll pass it over to you guys. What are your thoughts on the figure, and then your thoughts on them possibly releasing a proper Dark Side Anakin 2.0 in the future?
I think you're bang on about that. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I wasn't in the hobby at this point. Wasn't the original Dark Side Anakin, wasn't that an exclusive of some sort when it initially released? At least a Hot Toys exclusive.
Toy Fair, right? The Toy Fair,
yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's the one. Because I think, isn't that why? Because he was a Hot Topic item for a while, right? Because he wasn't as easy to come by. Obviously, not so much now. So I wouldn't be surprised at all if we see an alternate version. I think the naming and the branding are good indicators of this, like you were saying as well, because they've gone with Darth Vader rather than Dark Side Anakin. They've reused a lot of the same things from the light side. And this has come out of nowhere. Well, not nowhere. We knew it was coming, but the actual release is quite quick and it's quite a
Yeah.
limited amount. So I wonder if they're going to push these out quick, and maybe that's why they've done more in Japan and limited overseas, because they're going to be doing a general release in like a uh, May the 4th, like in a month's time or so, or on the when is the anniversary for this? I can't remember when that is, but around the anniversary for um,
Oh,
Revenge of the Sith. So
you're
that's
right.
going to
Oh,
be quite interesting because that's pretty
Mm.
soon. And I
Yeah.
think
I can't
I was
remember.
watching Will's show, and they were talking about how this is almost like a what if, like Vader, like a if he'd
Yeah.
have won the battle Mustafar against Obi-Wan Kenobi, right? Because he's branded Darth
Oh, okay.
Vader, he's got the
yeah, that
red
makes sense.
saber, which we don't see him
Yeah.
have. He obviously has his blue saber still, so I thought that was an interesting concept as well. The figure itself, I think, looks good. I prefer this version
Yeah.
to the light side, to be quite honest. Although I'd say if you've got the light side, you can just swap out some Sith eyes on that from what we've seen.
Mhm.
So you can kind of do both with that figure. So maybe it's a bit more versatile, which is interesting. But I do prefer this one. I like the more open mouth. I think the sculpts look slightly better, like a tiny bit. Maybe just because of the mouth feature. I like the eyeshadow essentially around his eyes.
Yeah. Yep.
It's good. I think it looks pretty good. The hair looks better done on these photos. Hopefully, the
Mhm.
final products like that, because the hair we saw initially, I thought on Artist and Anakin looks better than what we got down the
Yeah.
line. And I think that's just because they found it hard to make sure the hair was the same person to person, so they over did the product in the end.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this looks pretty gnarly. I saw what are they called, Pop Collectibles. They had it up for PO. And it was like 42 seconds after I saw the advert, so I jumped in there. It was already like £700,
Oh,
like
yeah.
inflated price, and that was before it's released. And I was just like, nah,
Yeah.
no way, no way.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try my luck on Sideshow. We'll see. I doubt it. I doubt it, especially with the time zone over here. But we'll see what happens. If I get super
So,
lucky, then I'll get super lucky.
so this is one you were eagerly anticipating, also,
Yeah,
or a version of this of Dark Side.
I would like the dark side. I had the original dark side for a short while, but I just never liked the sculpts with that. I think by the time it was an older
Oh,
figure
okay.
already, and sculpts were starting to look better, and that one just looked dated to me, and especially now, comparing it to this. But I mean, that one arguably had the better base as well. Not even arguably, I don't think, but it had a really nice base. So I would like to add this in as well.
Yeah. This does look. This look. The head sculpt does look good.
Yeah.
And again, I have those photos. We'll compare the final of the previous to this one here to see. But yeah, I don't know. I think I want to say this is just the actual like prototype of the head sculpt. I don't think this is final, even though it's. I
I
was kind
wonder
of
that.
second guessing there, just because it's like you mentioned, Jim, it's going to be readily available at Star Wars Celebration. So
Mm.
part of me was thinking like this could be the final, but I don't know. I think this. I'm still thinking this might be a proton. What do you think?
I don't know. That's a good question, actually, because it looks like a proto. Um, I think like Tremble,
Yeah.
you mentioned about the Tobey Maguire, like you can tell by the kind of the skin tone. Like
Yeah.
protos
Yeah.
always they don't look as soft, right? Because they've been obviously I guess
Exactly. More
handmade.
detailed. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly that. So whereas this looks like it's got better, I don't know, skin, not tone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It looks a
I
bit
got
more realistic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
texture. Yeah,
yeah,
different.
that's
Yeah.
it. Texture.
Freckles and you can see the imperfections
Mm,
on that.
yeah,
You never know. That's the thing. See, the thing is, we don't know
mm,
how long they've had this proto sitting around. So they could have taken this picture like months ago, and
yeah.
maybe it was done like last week. We don't know. So this could actually be the final. But again, we honestly don't know. It's like a toss up. But just disclaimer though, I am a Trekkie over Star Wars. So
Live long and prosper, Tremble.
yeah, thank you. But I mean, my 2 cents on this, it looks good.
May
It
the
looks
force be
good.
with you.
I always like pink eye Anakin. Need some Visine.
Got yeah.
But it is disappointing that there is no leather; it's pleather.
Yeah.
It's USB, right? The lightsaber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Artisan is cool, but I think you are onto something. I think this is like a what if type version of Anakin, and not the official, the dark side Anakin.
Yeah.
So it's possible that the one that most collectors are looking for will be released maybe next year or somewhere
Yeah.
in the future. But getting it now, I mean, the availability is so low. I mean, you could try for it. I would. You get it, you get it. You don't, you don't. F it. Fuck it. Is what it is. But
Yeah.
honestly, I think I wouldn't stress too much about not getting this one because I think you are right that they will release like another version later on. But then again, it's Hot Toys. Hot Toys and Logic don't mix. They don't live in
Right.
the same house or same state or
Yeah.
same country.
Yeah.
I get headaches trying to figure out what their thinking their logic is, which there is no logic. So it's whatever. They could like release this, then release like a Dark Side Bugs Bunny like next month, and you're like, what the fuck? What are you doing?
Buy
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be decent.
Sith bugs. Yeah.
Oh, they should have done that, like a an Emperor Daffy, a princess, damn, Princess Leia, Daisy.
Daisy would be
No,
Daisy.
no, it should be Daisy.
No.
Should be
Or
Daisy.
Minnie.
Minnie.
Oh wait, no,
Minnie.
I'm confusing. No,
No, wait.
Minnie's Disney. I'm confusing now.
Oh, no, right. No, damn, you're
What's her
right.
name? Is it Lola? Lola Bunny.
You know what? They can't do a Bugs Bunny because that is Warner Brothers. So this is
Yeah.
so that's
Oh
anyway.
shoot!
You get my,
Yeah.
yeah, you get my point.
Good
You
point.
get my point. The
Yeah,
figure
I
looks
got
cool.
you.
Yeah, the base looks great. Yeah, it looks good. I'm not gonna get it. I'm Trek. I don't deal with like space magic. I'm joking. I'm like Star Wars is great. I
Space wizards.
actually love Star Wars. Yeah. Because
AKA Jedi. Yeah.
Star Trek has some like magic too, but it's a little something than that. But yeah, this is great. This looks good. But I wouldn't stress it. I'd try for it, but if you don't get it, I wouldn't stress. I wouldn't be too worried. Probably down the line they'll release like another version. But
Yeah.
that's it. That's all I say. But long live and prosper. Okay, just to end.
Oh
with that.
yeah. May the force be with you. Yep.
No, not of course. Nope.
May the force be with you and prosper. Yeah.
And
We got
okay.
to what Jim was saying here about the eyeshadow. Jim, if you're having trouble with the eyeshadow, I know Vita, you're saying I can put the eyeshadow on the Anakin's eyes for you. Don't worry.
That's true.
Don't you
That's
worry.
true.
Yeah, she'll hook you up. She'll hook you up. Yeah. The figure and yourself, if you want to again recreate that Tobey Maguire emo scene and do that dance.
Yeah,
You get that eyeshadow. Yeah, you're good. Yeah.
That's good point.
You do whatever you want in your house as long as you're not hurting.
Something stays in your house.
Exactly.
Yeah, and
You look in the window, that's your fault, buddy. Okay.
She won't use a good eyeshadow, not the good eyeshadow. Yeah.
Yeah, the water base, not the one.
Yeah.
I demand the best
No.
eyeshadow. I'm not taking the second-rate stuff.
Oh man, that's funny. Commander Green in the house. What is up, good sir? Thank you
Hey.
for coming through, Commander on deck. Hopefully you're having a good day. Good sir. If you guys aren't familiar with Commander Green, awesome photographer. Go check out his IG. Same name. He does some awesome Star Wars
He really does.
photography. Yeah,
I love his
make them
stuff.
look like movie steals. Yeah, both 1/6 and 12 scale. So yeah, go out, check out his stuff, and show him some love if you like what he does, because he's doing good work over there. So thanks for coming through, Commander Green. But just saying he won't know the difference, in the quality. Yeah. You can tell him, you can tell him it's the good stuff, but yeah, it'll probably be like the cheaper stuff. So yeah, to clarify, what Tremble was saying, there's no guarantee, right? Like he was saying, there's no guarantee that the Hot Toys is going to do a proper dark side Anakin. That was just me speculating, just because, like I said, Mike, they did it with the stealth suit cap. So I'm thinking they would do it with this, and I'm sure they're aware of how how many people are wanting this figure, like wanting a 2.0 of this, a sculpted version, not artisan, a general release, right? Because I know you mentioned he was a Toy Fair exclusive previously, but there hasn't been a general release at all, right, of this figure?
I don't think so.
there has.
I don't think so. No.
You need
Yeah,
Profi
so
here. Yeah, I need to ask Profi.
what's that?
I need to ask Profi. He probably
Oh,
knows.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, correct us if we're wrong here in the chat or in the comments. I don't think he was been general release. So even more, I think enough time has passed where I think Hot Toys can do well selling a general release.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Anakin
100%.
2.0.
I'd pick it up like that.
Yeah, I would too, because I've been waiting for one. Yeah, I would.
The
Definitely.
Attack of the Clones one sold out, didn't it? The and that's not even a very popular movie, and that did really well. So
did it? Oh, okay. I haven't been following that one. Did that sell pretty well?
I think it did. It's a really good one, actually. To be fair, if I can't get this, then I might settle for that one. To be honest, I just can't remember if it has rolling eyeballs or not. Actually,
if what?
Because it was at that
the rolling
time.
eyes. I see.
Yeah, because it was at that time
I
where they're
can't
starting to integrate with every release, whereas they didn't before. So
That's right. That's right. Yeah, I skipped on that one, so I'm not sure. Yeah, I can't remember. But and then hopefully, like I mentioned, another reason why I was holding out for an Anakin is I would hope that on the next one they would actually step up and give that one a leather tunic instead of pleather, right?
Yeah.
Again, it is annoying. It is disappointing to see this have a leather like tunic, right? So, and I was kind of saying before that I see the Winter Soldier artisan as like an ideal artisan because that had leather, that had the cool base, and to that one I jumped on, but it was unfortunate this one didn't follow suit.
Did you get it?
Yeah, right.
Did you get it?
Yeah, the artisan Winter Soldier. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
oh, nice.
I'm on a wait list. I was there too late, so. But to just follow up on your point, yeah. I mean, you think exclusive, you think everything. You know what I'm saying? Everything premium. Yeah, leather, wool hair, maybe even human hair. Maybe they grab some people off the street, cut their hair, and get like
from the head though. Let's clarify. Yeah, human hair from the head.
Yeah. And they could be
some dark places.
The special edition one. Okay.
Yeah.
Do that. But
extra curly.
Yeah, perfect. You get demonetized. That's all you get. I can say.
No, we're good. I'm not even getting monetized in the first place, so we're good. Yeah.
Okay.
Monetization? What is that?
Yeah, what is that? You guys get paid?
What is that? What?
I'm doing this for free.
But you're right. I mean, again, you think it should be, but I'm kind of on board with your speculation that further down the line they'll release another one with the premium leather and everything else. But again, it's Hot Toys. You don't know. It's like weird. It's up in the air. Yep. I mean, honestly, if you really, really, really want the figure, go to custom route, have it commissioned, but you're coming out your ass with the money. Yeah, I think what is it going to be like? The head sculpt will only be like 5 to maybe 8, depending on the sculptor. Then you have the body, then you have the whatever. But it's on you. It's on you what you want to do. You can wait to see, or maybe some miracle in art, or J&D gets the license. I doubt it. And lo and behold, they come up with this. I don't know.
It would be good. It would be good. Yeah. You're right about custom as well. I inquired about a Joker head sculpt, thinking like, it'd be like 200 quid, 1,200. I was horrified.
Oh,
I was like, oh my god. I was like, I'm sorry to bother you. Thank you though.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you do the equivalent to like the Homer Simpson, where you just like backtrack in the bush. Yeah.
Just like, I was never here.
I was never here.
That's why I didn't complain too much about like in art when they did the pricing and because head sculpts are expensive. I'm like, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're getting deals with like Hot Toys in art, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know. But this hope because I know low key is actually Calvin is going to Celebration, and he's got pick. I heard he got requests from people to have them pick up
shopping list.
Yeah. I think he said like 15 people hit him up.
Wow.
Well, I'm like, okay,
That's how it
first of all,
work.
yeah, but okay, you have to give them the money for the figure MSRP, right?
Yep.
But you have to add on taxes, and I think there might be some import taxes. Because if he brings them back to the U.S., I think customs might hit him with it. So you figure 15 of these figures, if he was able to get his hand on these.
Yeah.
I don't know what the MSRP on this is. What is it, like 4?
I'm not sure yet.
No,
Probably
no,
at least
okay.
4, yeah. 400
so
USD.
Honestly, you'd have to give him like, I'd say a minimum 6. And then on top of that, he should charge an agent fee.
The agent, yeah, I think he said. I think he said he was gonna finder's fee.
Time and labor.
Service,
I mean,
yeah.
come on.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, service charge.
So yeah, but
I think he said he was gonna have to mail it because there's no way he's taking all this back with him. So he's definitely gonna have to mail it, which is gonna cost more.
Yeah, you'll need like two bags at least if you do 15. Come on, that's crazy.
Those big trash bags.
They might lock them up. They might hold them.
Yeah. Yeah. That's if they allow him to buy more than one, right? I don't even know if there's a limit in person.
I don't know what the limit is at the show. So
you think so?
Yeah, but
we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yes. Speaking of, I forgot to mention here. So the only difference between the two, so the Japan exclusive and the one open to select markets is the sleeve, and we saw this with the Darth Vader as well. The dueling effect had a similar item. The only thing that just kind of made it exclusive was the box, and it says Hot Toys exclusive on there.
Gotcha.
And then whereas the other one, it doesn't have that here. I think there's a better photo here, right here.
Okay.
You can see Hot Toys. I think this is the Japan exclusive one.
Oh, it's the sticker. Okay.
So yeah,
I guess
nothing too, but yeah. Good luck to all those who are trying to get this one. I know it's a gamble, right? It's a gamble to, if you really want a Dark Side Anakin and you're going to pass on this in hopes to get another one and it never comes. I mean, obviously it's going to be a shitty feeling. So, it's just, you kind of have to weigh your options there. So something to think about, for you collectors out there. It's like, do you want to get this one and play it safe, or do you want to skip it and hope Hot Toys comes out with a proper Dark Side Anakin 2.0? So that's what I'm going to do. I don't need this version of Anakin to be rooted, have an artisan edition. So I'm fine with just holding out. And plus, the leather-like tunic is not selling me on it either. And so I'm good on it personally. I'd rather have a proper Dark Side Anakin 2.0 if and when that comes. So I'm okay with holding out. So that's one more for somebody out there trying to get it. So I'm going to pass on this personally, but one other thing I forgot to mention, you guys were mentioning lightsabers. So on the Facebook posts, it only mentions the red lightsaber. But if you go to the Hot Toys website, it does mention that it does come with a blue lightsaber as well.
Really?
So which is not powered USB. Yeah. So if you go to like the hottoys.com.uk website and you click on the details on there, it does say that it comes with LED lit powered USB red saber. And then it comes with a blue one. But it doesn't say that is USB powered, so it's just the blue saber.
The light side
version. Even give us 2.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Like, it's just the opposite of the light side version, where on the light side version, the blue one was powered USB, but the red, the Dooku one, I think it was, that wasn't USB powered. That wasn't even like LED lit at all, I don't think. And so, yeah, it's interesting. They swapped it here for this too, so I don't know what's going on with that, but
Hot Toys logic.
Yeah, Hot Toys logic. There you go. Yep. Let me go back here in just a chat here. Let's see. L Walker saying, yep, Hot Toys does shit like that. They'll reuse a figure no one saw coming. Yep. Or release a figure no one saw coming. Yep. Yeah, they did that, right? That's known. That's what one of the things Hot Toys is known to do. We got Mike P. Literus in the house. My guy Mike, what is up? Hey, I know these guys. He says, yeah. Thanks for coming through, Mike. Hopefully you're having a good start to the weekend and you're having a good day as well. My man. Hopefully we get you on another future stream pretty soon. Let's see. Walker says, I would be just fine with the sculpted version. Yeah, I'm right there with you, man. Artisan is not needed for me personally on this figure. I'd just be good with the sculpted as well. So fingers crossed we get that. All right, anyone got anything else on? Actually, before we jump to the next one, let me pull up those photos here I was mentioning. So here, comparing. So this is the light side Anakin. We just got Artisan on the left. That's the final product photo. And then on the right is this new Darth Vader Sith apprentice Artisan, the prototype. So left is the final photo on the right is a proto, and I know there was already some debate, a lot of divisiveness in the community on whether that the one on the
The hair?
left, the hair, obviously, and like in the sculpt itself. I did say in a previous stream that there is a downgrade, definitely. It is softer, but I still think it looks like Anakin to me personally.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, if the one on the right is just a proto shot, not the final, like we were mentioning earlier, if let's say it is a proto, I would think that the the actual final product would look more like the one on the left.
That's Korean. Yeah.
Right? Because if we all remember how the artist in Anakin, those prototypes came out, those photos, and they just looked awesome, damn near like realistic in my opinion. It was looked pretty good, the hair and everything. But then this is what we ended up getting here on the left. So I'm thinking the one on the right may kind of follow suit if this is in fact a prototype here on the right. So I don't know.
Now that
What do you guys think?
it, I think so. I think you must be right, because that one on the right looks a lot. It looks better straight
Right?
away.
Yeah.
From what we were saying earlier.
Yeah.
It's giving proto vibes.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, it looks like honestly the hair for Darth fits the dark side version, and the light side, the hair on the light side actually fits Anakin. You know what I'm saying? It's like you could, the hair for the dark side, it's a little messier. You could see more strands. It's kind of more involved. His face looks more gaunt. Like you could tell the cheeks a little bit, unless I'm seeing things.
Oh yeah,
like,
I might be the shadows.
You're right.
Yeah, a little bit. And he looks like he's freaking dark side. That's like no.
Yeah.
Light side, actually, I mean, to me, it looks like the hair has maybe a little too much volume. You could actually straighten it out on the left, But to me, it's not bad. The thing is, I'm not really an expert on Anakin like that. I know the character, but I don't have like details. But it looks fine. But the thing is, I get what you're saying that this could be a proto, and they'll probably get the hair will probably come out more like light side Anakin than the proto for dark side. But if they're able to pull off that, at least 90%, people are going to go nuts.
Yeah.
If it actually comes out. But we'll see. But
yeah. You think they'll overlook if it comes out? Yeah, go ahead, Jim.
Sorry, I was going to say, Tremble, what you were saying about the hair, I think it's quite interesting. I think the hair on the right is better than the left. Just looking at some pictures of him from the film quickly, his hair was never that neatly done on the left. Gotcha. It's it looks like he's spent some time on that, whereas on the right, it's just looking at just how it generally looks, a bit messier, a bit more wavy, and stuff like that. So that might be hurting the one on the left a little bit, just too tidy.
Gotcha. All right.
Yeah, that's what I was. You're saying it might be the same hair?
Yeah, probably the same hair, but I think the other one's styled different.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what my thoughts exact, because it looks like it's the same color, and it just looks like obviously the proto, they want to kind of touch it up a little more and kind of finesse it to make it look as good as they can. And so I think that's what they did on the right. I think it's the same hair. They just made it. They probably called in the hairdresser and had him, do it up, make his hair look real good. And on the left, I think it'll probably end up coming out like that. But I don't know. That's another reason why I was thinking it might be a final, because the hair looks pretty similar, if not like the same, same color. You styled it better. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
It's like bed hair versus like salon hair.
Yeah. Versus like having dinner with friends coming over, so you got to dress up nice, like.
Yeah. And then the hair you have for the Grubhub driver,
Padme invited a guest that Anakin didn't really like, and he was like, "Damn it! I guess I'll have to dress up, comb my hair, clean my face for your friends that I don't really like." Yeah.
I have to wash. Boo.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man. So just something again to keep in mind. Another factor, right? In addition to possibly doing another Dark Side Anakin, but how this will actually look with this Darth Vader when the final comes out, how it will actually look. If it's going to look like the one on the left, or if it's going to be as close to the one on the right. So I know there's a lot of factors in here, but that's something we all got to kind of consider as collectors and see if this is worth our money or not.
Yeah.
But pass for me, like I said, I'm passing on both. I passed on both of these. I'm still hoping for the the dark side 2.0. So hopefully that still comes along. Let me get through the chat because we have Mitchell Lawrence in the house. What is up, Mitchell Lawrence? Thank you for coming through. What's happening? He says, hopefully you're having a good weekend so far, Mitchell Lawrence, as well as Rogue One Photography. Awesome panel tonight. Thanks for coming through, Rogue One. Speaking of, his name is fitting because we're going to go over some figures or a figure from that. But another also great photographer. Go out and check out his Instagram as well. Rogue One Photography does another Star Wars related figures and content there. So go out and show him some love if you like what he's doing. Support his content because he's putting in work as well. So thank you for coming through. You everyone there here spending your time spending your weekend with us. Let's see here. Make sure I didn't forget anyone else. No, all right. Thank you again for keeping the chat active and keeping it going. Okay, so I think that was all I had for Anakin. Anyone else got anything else to add?
No.
All right. Rolling with the announcements. Next one up, switching to the droids here. We have K2SO from Andor. This is Andor season 2 specifically, which is already surprising.
Early here.
Because obviously it's early. It hasn't even aired yet. The season 2 of the show hasn't aired yet, but this is up for pre-order. $265 USD, set to come out Q4 of this year to Q1 of next year. So you got somewhat of a window there. Standing a little bit tall. Of course, it's a droid. It's K2, so it's standing at 14 inches, so about 36 centimeters, so taller than your standard 12-inch, 30-centimeter figure. And again, kind of, I'll compare some photos to the previous ones, but it seems pretty similar to the others. This has LED light-up eyes. This one is powered by USB, though, which are separate rolling eyeballs, it says. So separate eyes, rolling eyes.
Really? Okay.
Only one. Yeah, that's what it says. Yeah. One pair of hands, though. It does have articulated fingers.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why. That makes sense, right? Blaster pistol, and then a longer blaster rifle with a sling. And then your standard Star Wars kind of rectangular base, I think it is. We'll take a look at some photos here. But yeah, in the description, I didn't read anything about diecast, but I don't have any of these. But the previous 2 versions apparently had diecast from one of the reviews I was watching. I don't know if you guys can confirm, but I don't have any version of this figure yet.
No, either.
Or let me know in the chat, if you can confirm if this actually has diecast or not. It didn't say in the description, so usually I just kind of go with not expecting it not to have it. If it doesn't mention something in the description, I just assume that it doesn't have it, just to be on the safe side.
If this one doesn't and the originals do, that's almost on brand. I'd say just like with the Jack Sparrow and the Deadpool with the swords. We had die-cast swords, and now it's just plastic swords. So I'm disappointed, but not surprised.
Yep, stealth cap shield also similar situation.
Yeah, true.
Yep, not die-cast on there. Yeah, so you're right. Yeah, they have done that before, so it wouldn't be surprising. So like I said, from Andor season 2, which they're kind of which is interesting to see because Hot Toys hardly does it, right? They just they're usually reactive, right? The show where a movie comes out and then they'll release or announce their figure. This they're actually ahead of the game here in this one. Hasn't even been.
This is like the second time they've done this, though, too. That's a weird thing. Maybe this. What
was the first one? Was it Deadpool Wolverine or which one?
Yeah, really. Yeah, so I'm like, interesting. We'll see.
I wonder if it's because they've already essentially released this, right? So it's not much different. So they had it ready to go.
Yeah. So speaking of, let me go ahead and bring that up, and we'll get your guys' thoughts here. What is going on? Okay, here we go. So here I have the previous 2 versions in addition to this recently announced one. So the first one to come out was the K2SO from Rogue One in 2017. You got that on the far left. Then you have the KX Enforcer droid from the Book of Boba Fett here in the middle from 2023. I think that was released 2023 or 2024. I think it was 23. And then this newest one, K2SO, which is branded again Andor Season 2, set to come out the earliest is this year. And looking at these, they all, other than weathering, they all look pretty similar to me. Maybe like the paint itself, one has like more of a darker grayish, others are lighter gray, but yeah, other than that and the accessories, they all pretty much look the same to me. So I don't really, I mean, like to Jim's point, I think that's probably why it's probably coming out sooner compared to some other ones that were just recently announced, is because it's just essentially, it seems like it's just the same figure. I don't think they did anything different other than USB, right? Having a powered USB on this newer one, where
The
the previous
eyes
two
look
were
different
better.
as well. The newest one, they look larger. Or is that just like photography trickery?
Yeah, I think
I think,
because his head is tilted down, I can't really see his eyes. You know?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Let me bring up some other photos here.
You could
But,
be right though. They look like they're more recessed.
Yeah.
Looking from the
That's
hair,
what I was
but I
thinking.
can't really tell. Yeah.
all right, what are you guys' thoughts on this figure? And then just in general, like in comparing to the other two. Jim, we'll start with you.
I'm digging this. I love this design. From Rogue One into the Jedi Survivor games. They're gnarly in that as well. So no, I think I'm gonna get this. I haven't PO'd it yet. It's kind of if I get Andor,
Mhm.
I'll probably get this as well. Just because I feel like, as much as I love him on his own as display, a little bit underwhelming. So I'd like to have these two like together as a team, because I don't have any other Andor or Rogue One figures. Obviously, nobody has any other Andor figures because they don't exist. But I haven't got any other of the Rogue One crew, and I don't think I've got the means to get more of the Rogue One crew. Like, it's a big ask to jump into, you know.
Yeah.
So I'd probably get these two as a duo, and I think that would look pretty awesome. But I'm digging this. I like the design. Hoping it does have die cast, and I'm glad it's USB. Although I need to at some point figure out how to properly utilize the different USB. I've only got the one at the moment, just a NeoPixel lightsaber, but I need to figure that out at some point, because it changes them so much. It really brings them to life with their lights on. Same with like Iron Man, for example. It makes a huge difference. So
Yeah, especially when
I'm
you
digging
go
this
in
as
and like
USB.
all your other lights are off, and then you just have your
Yes,
figures lit up, right?
they look so
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no,
Yeah. Sorry,
it's
what
an
you were
awesome
saying?
figure. No, I'm digging this. I like it.
Yeah. Yeah, it does look good. Tremble, what about you? Any thoughts
All
on
right.
this?
Again, disclaimer: I'm Star Trek, not Star Wars, but this looks freaking fire. But I totally agree with Jim. You have to get Cassian and K2SO. Getting one without the other is like peanut butter no jelly.
Peanut butter,
Ham
yeah,
no bread.
yeah, yeah. Kool-Aid,
Gin
no
with
sugar.
what was it? No Coke with no was it Coke and
Jack or Crown
thank you.
or whiskey. Yeah.
A whiskey or
Cereal, no
something.
milk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cereal, no milk. Sky with no cloud, whatever.
Yeah. Ham, no burger. Yeah.
Yeah, hamburger. Yeah. But you are right. Going back to what you were saying about the three figures looking the same. I mean, they are the same model droids. I don't know exactly what makes K2SO different from a standard KX, except for his attitude.
Yep.
But visually, I'm not sure. Yeah. But yeah, you're right. It looks like the same mold. Just used, maybe refined over the years. Now with the die cast, I know they usually put die cast on the legs at least for support, because my what's the droid from Mandalorian? What's the name?
Oh, IG.
He has die cast on the legs for stability. I don't know if they do that with the KS droids. It would make sense, because I think KS is pretty tall, and it would make more sense to have like die cast at least on the legs for more support.
Right. Yeah.
But I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't. But this looks great. But again, on Jim's point, I wouldn't get one without the other. They're like Batman and Robin. They should offer this in a 2-pack. That would be fucking great.
Oh yeah, that'd be dope.
Yeah.
Would have been great. Yeah.
Yeah. It looks good. Looks good.
Yeah. I'm with you guys, man. I haven't pre-ordered this. I'm on the fence, but yeah, I was kind of, because this one was announced, I was curious, and I went back and just to see what the other two would cost, how much they're going for in the aftermarket, just because it's been a while, and if I wanted to, I was same thought as you guys, right? Well, the next figure we're going to talk about, Andor, and pairing him with a K2 droid, and so I was did a little research, a little looking on eBay, And surprisingly, both these versions of K2 and KX, they're going above retail right now. So at this point, it kind of makes sense if you want one to just pre-order this one. If you want one, is what I'm saying. Just because it'll be, again, this new one is 265 USD, and from what I seen on eBay, even so, this was the selling price, right? I selected sold, and they were going for just above retail these are previous two versions, right? Above the retail of what they went for at the time. And so it's almost about the same price as this new K2 SO currently. So it's kind of almost just like, if you want one, you might as well just
get one right.
Yeah. Or if you want to, of course, you can always just hold out and hopefully you find a deal. Someone's trying to get rid of something or offload, their figures. There's BST groups, Facebook Marketplace, things like that. I'm sure you can get a deal if you wait long enough on any figure. But just an FYI, if you're looking for, and you just want some sort of KX droid, and it doesn't matter, just kind of letting you know that's what it's looking like as of now, as of this stream, April 12th, 2025. If you're watching like a year later, that's where we're at.
And the I'm sorry, not to interrupt. And the KX version 2023, that's USB 2, right? It's not cell batteries.
I believe that was cell batteries. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, from what I saw.
Wait, give me USB.
I could. Yeah. Yeah, I think this newest one is the only one that's USB here, and I like to what Mike here was saying. Yeah, the upgrade to USB is great. So yeah, I think this newest K2 SO droid is the only one to have USB so far.
Yeah, so just because of that, unless I find a KX for like 150, maybe.
Yeah,
that's a fair point.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, if you hold out long enough. I will say though, another thing to consider, they all have pretty much the similar accessories. This K2 and the previous K2 SO from Rogue One.
Yeah.
They have the same base, I believe it was like a standard plain base. This newest one has the blaster rifle, where the previous one just has the blaster with I think sort of attachment. The KX droid though, that has like a themed Book of Boba Fett base.
Oh yeah, right.
Rocky base with I think Boba Fett's helmet on it. So that was actually pretty cool.
True. Okay. That's a good accessory.
Yeah. Yeah, so if you're looking for that, if you're interested in that could be one of your motivating factors there to get the KX droid.
You're right.
Instead of the other two. And then if you're a fan of weathering, right, this KX droid has more weathering compared to the other two.
Decisions.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
If you're a ball, you can get balls. But I mean, that's on you.
Yeah, if you're balling, if you got it like that, if you're like Moose. And,
he probably has all of these.
Yeah.
Moose is the deal hunter. That is the original deer hunter. That deal hunter. I call him a deer hunter. That dude, I guarantee you, he'll find a KX for like $20. It'd be a
shipped, $20 shipped. Yeah. Shout out to 12-inch Moose Stream, the deal hunter there. Yeah, that guy. I'm sure he's famous.
It does feel good when you find him on a deal. It does.
Oh hell
yeah, right.
Like a really good deal. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you got to be careful though, because I know it does get addicting. You're like, damn, then you're on a hunt for the next one. You're like, all right, what else can I get on a deal? Yeah.
I wonder if he needs to stand for this, because look at his feet. His feet are kind of small.
That's why I was thinking what you probably said about his legs being likely die-cast. I think that would have to be the case, because he's going to be quite top-heavy otherwise.
Exactly, yeah. Unless
so just come with the stand here. Your basic kind of rectangular Star Wars stand here, but
basic base.
Yeah. I like the eyes. I do like the. They did look like they look. I don't know if that's photo trickery, but they look bright as hell.
Interesting that they move as well. Like, is there a need for that? Yeah, that's strange.
Yeah, they're kind of like vent slits. I think maybe that's what it is. I don't know, but I looked in the previous version. I think it had that in the description as well for the previous version, that it said rolling eyes. I don't know what that means, but let us know in the chat what exactly, because like I said, I don't have any of these. So let us know here what it means by this figure has rolling. What exactly is the rolling part of it? Because I'm not sure. Yeah. I'm not sure here. Speaking of the chat here, let me go and address some of these here. Mitchell Lawrence saying this K2 is definitely on my radar. Yeah, man, does look like a good figure. Rogue One photographer saying K2SOPO'd.
Nice. Nice.
A lot of letters there. Let's see. Does it have die-cast joints as well? Yeah, I'm not sure. That's what we're kind of discussing, Phil, if they have it or not. It doesn't say in the description, but one of the reviews I saw said that it did have. Well, they believe it had. It felt like it had die-cast in it,
Yeah.
right? And so even with like on, it's kind of hard to tell which figures have it and which don't. You kind of just have to go with the feel because Hot Toys doesn't really say what parts has.
Yeah.
For die-cast, you kind of have to just like feel for like. If it's cold to the touch and has like that metal feel to it out of the box, that's a good indicator that you can tell it's die-cast. But yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what part here. So hopefully this does have die-cast. So hopefully we don't know for
Fingers
sure.
Crossed.
Yeah, and Phil's also Rogue One photography is confirming. Yeah, the KX was battery. Okay, yeah. Thank you for confirming. Let's see here. And then also confirming, so like I'm sure they move in Rogue One. Yeah, I can't recall. It's been a minute since I've seen it, but yeah, I'm not sure on there. So special guest chat person you haven't seen in a minute, Mike Fiella in that house saying, man, these Hot Toys figures ain't got nothing on Feezy's figure. What's going on, everybody? What is going on, my man, Mike Fiella? Thank you for coming through. It's been a minute. Glad you can be here and join us, though. Glad you can join us here on this fine Saturday. Hopefully you're having a good day so far. But yeah, good to see you again, man. Good to see you again. Yeah, I say, oh, damn. Is that a Tremble Dust I see? Is that really one in the wild? Yeah, right there. Yeah, we got him right here. We were able to get one for the stream. Yeah.
I'll disappear into the void after.
Yeah. Into the Star Trek void.
Yeah, exactly.
Star Wars void. All right. Yeah. Anyone got anything else on this K2SO droid?
No.
Yeah, I don't think so.
All right. Well, like you all said, you can't have a K2S droid without the man himself. Next up, on the last of our figures here on the announcements that we got from Hot Toys, we got Cassian, Andor himself, the partner to K2SO. Also went up. Newly announced went up for is up for pre-order, $275 USD, so $10 more than K2SO, set to come out next year, Q2 to Q3, and is about your standard quick scale figure, so about 30 centimeters. This one, Cassian comes with 3 pairs of hands, also a blaster, a pistol and rifle, similar to K2, a communicator, and a stand. And this one is labeled Rogue One, though. So interestingly enough, I'm not sure what's going on there. Like I mentioned, K2SO was labeled or branded Andor Season 2. This one is Rogue One, though. So I'm not sure what's going on there. I don't know if there was IP differences or rights, I should say, license rights. There, that's what I was looking for. And they couldn't use Diego Luna's right? Yeah, Diego Luna's appearance for Andor yet, or maybe that's still in negotiations, or maybe they're again kind of like what I touched on for Anakin and Galen. Maybe they're going to release another version of Andor in Season 2 with like a different costume or a different uniform, and maybe that might be exclusive. I don't know. So it's interesting though why they did this Rogue One. It's a long time coming because we never got this like you guys mentioned. We never got a proper Andor at all. Yeah. And the first one they give us is from Rogue One, so it is interesting. I think it looks good. I'm in the group that thinks that this could be improved on, though. I mean, it's definitely Diego Luna. I can tell right there. But still, even at this point, it's still soft. So I'm kind of worried that when it does come out, it'll be even softer. Which is, I don't know. Again, something to consider. I'm still on the fence on this one personally, but it does look good. I can definitely tell it's the likeness is there. I can tell who it is when I look at it. It's not anything too drastic, but yeah, it looks more overall. It just looks kind of more like waxy, which is kind of interesting to say, right? Because it's a toy, right? So it's going to have that look. But you know how some head sculpts they look more realistic than others, even though they are made out of plastic. So it's interesting. I don't know. It's just something
when she saw this was that it looks toyish or something along those
right?
lines.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the first thing she said.
Like when you like when you look at like figures in a wax museum, right? You can tell that they're like
Yeah.
made of wax. They still look good, but they look like you can tell they're made of wax. So that's the kind of vibe I get from this one. Like it looks good, but I can tell that it has that like that look to it. I don't know what it is. You guys know what I'm saying?
Yeah, certain angles, the face, like the head sculpts, isn't this angle I quite like here. I think that's like that's like a spot on likeness, but certain angles, not so much. I don't know if it's the suit, but he looks like he's got no neck and his head looks a bit too wide in certain like angles that you see him from, which is quite interesting, especially like the lower down angles. Like here, I think he looks pretty spot on. I don't think it's the best sculpted hair they've done though. I think we've seen better sculpted hair from Protos. It looks not as finely detailed. I think you're right. It does look a bit soft, so it'll be interesting to see what it looks like when it comes out.
Yeah.
Part of me wonders, is this a sculpt they've had for a while, but they've just tweaked it a bit, so it looks a bit dated in some ways? That could be a possibility. That could be a possibility. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. It's good. It's good. But yeah, I think what you were saying was right, Feezy. There is room for improvement, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Tremble, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, from a distance, it definitely looks like Diego Luna. But yeah, close up, you could, like Jim said, it does look like an old sculpt. It just kind of tweaked. Because you could tell the skin texture is not like detailed like the other figures we saw earlier, It does look like, I don't know if they use some different type of plastic or something. It's weird. And he looks a lot pink. Very pinky. Like,
pinky and the brain,
Classic.
I want to say oink. And definitely the hair. It could be more detailed. Yeah, he looked Porky Pig. The hair could be more detailed. The strand. I mean, you got the base down, but you could add some more details to the strands. See, like that right there? Boom. Yes. On a shelf, looking from a distance, boom, that's him.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. But on a side note, though, I mean, one, glad they have more representation. It's kind of not to be that guy, but you know what? I'm going to be that guy. I don't care. More minority figures, Spanish, Latino, Black, Asian. You're an Asian company. Where the hell are you?
Yeah, where are those Asian figures at? Yeah,
you don't have that many. What's going on? But that's one. Two, Diego Luna, great actor, love him. Looking forward to season 2 of Andor. So I know certain people, Mike, don't like Andor. Not too sure. I don't want to name any names, Mike, but it's a bit slow. But overall, it looks great. But I could definitely see them do some more improvements before release. Yeah, you got the base down. You just got to fine tune a lot of stuff. But to be honest with you, I just get him just because of representation, and he's a dope character because he was like the only figure they never released from the original Rogue One. Am I right?
Did they do the big guy?
I think so.
His name.
And
Saw Gerrera.
Did they do Saw Gerrera? I thought they did.
I can't remember.
You might be right.
I don't think so. Yeah.
You might be right. But but overall, it looks good. It looks good, but it could use some tweaks. But if I was back into like collecting Star Wars, I'd get him with K2SO. I'd do like a Rogues display. Him, K2 and K2, Han and Chewie, and
like a
rogue section, like the bounty hunter / the bad boys.
Yeah, if you want. What they call like a scum and villainy section.
Yeah, that'd be kind of like my thing. And throw Jin in there, or so if you can find her. Let me ask you this. Actually, it came up. Do you think a Jin Urso 2.0 is coming?
Honestly, I would hope so. But I was kind of thinking about this too, and I heard people. I saw the comments. People saying like, "Oh, it's a 2.0." The people were like, "No, it's not. It's
that's the original one. That's the original. Yeah.
Yeah. You can tell again by the sculpts and the hair and everything. It looks old.
You know what's funny? What's funny? I'm wondering if Cassian and Jin were made, the protos at least, at the same time, but they couldn't release Cassian at that time, so they held them off. At least Jin.
Interesting.
And now, because it kind of, if you look at it, it looks like it was made in the same era. You know what I'm saying? Like at least with the Yeah, that would
Yeah.
explain why the details not as good as like the details of figures coming out now. You know, I mean, that's a theory. I mean, that's just a theory I have and shit.
No, yeah, that could, because yeah, looking at like even if you look at some of the tailoring, they're kind of similar. I mean, I'm just
And the hands,
That's
and the
what I was
specifically,
hands too.
thinking.
Yeah, hands are
yeah, like
usually figures now are a little more detailed. His hands look like something a couple of years ago. So
yeah, that's a good
possibly,
point. Yeah, maybe they had some issues with like the likeness rights or just the
yeah,
licensing, and they couldn't get it approved or something was going on,
yeah,
and so they just had to shelve it,
it's
and
possible because
never. Yeah,
they look like they're meant to be in the same series. You know, not even the same series, the
yeah,
same line. Yeah, the
yeah.
same manufacturing date. Yeah. So,
That's a
hmm,
good point. Yeah,
yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's an
Again,
interesting one.
interesting.
yeah.
Yeah, to
But
answer your
Darth
question though, I'm not sure. I would like to hope that
yeah,
this they're going to come out with a 2.0 of Jin or so,
hmm,
because I don't have one. I would like to get one, but I kind of just learned just to kind of sit back and wait and see, right? Like I can
yeah,
Mm.
speculate, but I mean it's kind of I just the only reason I say I'm not sure is because I mean obviously we've seen 2.0's other figures, but then
yeah.
again we've seen teases before and we're still waiting.
Hmm.
The one that comes to mind is Dooku, right? They
Yep.
kind of teased him in some
Mhm.
photos of like with Anakin, and he was in that dark side event like photo with all the other like
Yeah,
Sith and dark side characters, right? And
hmm,
that was what, a couple of years ago, and we still
yeah,
haven't had anything from him
He
because I
needs an
wanted
update as
Dooku.
well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I'm like eagerly or anticipating his hopeful 2.0 slash re-release, whatever they do. But yeah, it's nothing in sight yet. So I don't know.
yeah,
That's what I'm kind of thinking. Like, I don't know if that's going to be the same case with Jin. They're just using her for the photos, and we
yeah.
may not
Or
see it again. I don't know.
makes
They've
sense.
done that
Yeah, but
before. They do it quite a lot,
yeah,
actually. To be fair, and there's lots of
yeah,
figures
Yeah,
in the graveyard. We're still waiting on the Jungle Hunter as well that they kind of
yeah,
teased or showed off at an event. Right, it was the older figure, but then everyone was speculating there'll be a 2.0 Jungle Hunter, but it's just not
not
surfaced
there.
since then. So
yeah,
have to see.
yep.
We
Oh,
have to see.
just real quick, since I have
Yes,
the
sir.
platform, I have to. I'd like to say, Hot Toys, please release Crossbones. The figure looks
From
dope. Why did you shelve it? I want that figure. I need it for a
you.
villain. Marvel Crossbones. Release it, please. Thank you. That is all.
There you go. Hot Toy sponsor this man.
Yes.
That was wait, that was Crossbones from Civil War.
Yep.
That Crossbones?
Yep.
Oh,
No,
okay,
no, not
gotcha.
From the beginning,
Civil War. Winter Soldier.
Ultron.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Is it? No,
Wait,
was
are you
it?
talking about
Was
the
it
one where he
Ultron?
has like his mask, he's all
Yeah,
burned up, or the one
garb. Full
before?
garb. It's full garb. I think that's Civil
Okay,
War.
yeah,
Yeah, Civil War. You're
yeah,
right. Civil War. Yeah, Civil War.
yeah, gotcha.
Please
I
release it.
didn't even.
Yes, it is. Yeah, because the building gets destroyed, doesn't it, and stuff, and that's what
Yeah,
Yeah.
starts it all off. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and
And
he was like, "You
they
dropped
had
a building on
they
me."
displayed the proto on a show years ago. Never released it. They had some third parties come out with like similar ones, but
Mhm.
come on, yeah, we need villains. We need more villains. It'd be nice. Come on, yes. But that's my plea. Yeah.
I got to go back. I think I don't even remember that at all. So I got to go send me photos when you can, so I can check if you haven't. If not, I can do a search. But yeah, I don't remember
Yeah,
seeing that with the figure at all. That
yeah.
Crossbones.
If you do Hot Toys Crossbones, just do a
Yeah.
general search, and
Okay.
you'll see. There should be some display pictures of. I forgot who else he was displayed. He was displayed with Thanos' children. They had
Oh, yeah, the Black Order.
yeah, there was Glaive. I think
Yeah,
Corvus
Corvus.
Glaive.
Yeah,
Corvus Glaive.
Proxima.
Approximate. I think they had protos on display, but they never released them.
Gotcha.
there he is.
Okay, yeah, I completely missed that. I got to go back and look at that then. Okay.
Yeah.
So there you go, Hot
my-
Toys. Please release Crossbones for Tremble Dust. So you have at least one buyer there.
Just send me the proto. Send me the proto. Don't worry about it. Yeah.
Yeah, send him the display model. Yeah, he'll be fine with
Why
that.
not?
Yeah.
You know. You can mark it.
Open
You can do it. It'd be a tax write-off. You're a charity. Come on.
But I think you're on to something though. Like that, this was like you both mentioned it. Like this could have been something that was released a while ago, or that was in the works. They just for some reason couldn't release it, and they're releasing it now. So I could go back to still branding it Rogue One and not like Andor, not even Andor season 1, right?
Yeah.
It's just Rogue One. So it's interesting. So yeah, that I don't know. There may be some truth behind that. we'll never find out. But
Exactly. Yeah, pretty much.
good theory.
That's true.
Yeah, I don't know. What about you, Jim? Do you think they'll release Jin a 2.0 or re-release it, or do you think this is just kind of them using their previous? Jin?
I don't know. It's a tricky one. I think we've kind of said it already. Like, you never know exactly what Hot Toys are going to do. Like, we were talking about Dark Side Anakin, right? That's a guaranteed moneymaker. If they did a general release, they'd make so much from that, I think. But they've obviously got limited. I mean, we're assuming they'll do a general release later, right? With Jin, it's difficult because her story arc's done, right? She's not going to be in any future production. I wouldn't have thought so, because her whole story is in that film.
True.
So I would find her less likely to be done, but at the same time, I know Rogue One's such a hot film for people even now, and it's definitely one of my favorites Star Wars movies. And Andor is absolutely fantastic. I just rewatched it the past week, so it's even better the second time around.
You hear that, Mike? It's great. I'm sorry.
Nice. It's such a good show. It's so good. I wish they do some good like dark side or Jedi content with that kind of more serious tone. I think that would be an absolute win. As for Jin, I'd like to see it. I'm not confident that it will happen, but we'll see. I'd love to be wrong.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Yeah, same. I'm with you. Yeah, I would love to be wrong also, and I hope fingers crossed they do release it. But real quick, since we're on the subject, Andor. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think it was great. I thought it was good. There were some parts of it I did like. There were some parts I didn't like. I'm with you, Jim. I started rewatching it again in anticipation of season 2. It was just like, that cemented it even further when I went back and watched it. Like some of like the officer Imperial stuff, like I felt that whole show could have done without. Maybe if anything, touched on it a little bit. You know, like what's her name, like Deidre and that other.
That was my favorite. Some of my favorite bits.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I like more of like the whole like heist situation. Like that was intriguing. Yeah. That part was more interesting.
Yeah, but Mama's boy side story is great, bro. I mean, come on.
Yeah, that part I was like, oh, man. he was having his issues. Yeah.
I'm like, bro, what are you doing? I mean, there's stalking, and then there's you. I mean, what the hell?
Problems.
Yeah, that was a little disturbing. But I mean, like, I didn't hate it. Like I said, there were some things I liked about it, but some things like I think weren't for me. And so,
gotcha.
But it did have my interest at certain points. So yeah, I'm still curious to see how season 2 comes out. But so speaking of season 2, and going off of, let's see here, Mike Fiala's comment here. Let's see. So I guess no. Let me see. We'll come back to that. Well, he says here. So I guess Hot Toys couldn't issue Andor from his own series. That's kind of dirty. Yeah, I'm not sure what was going on with that.
Yeah, it could be
it is weird.
Yeah, we'll get one in 10 years. It's fine.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But he says here's like, so I got to figure Hot Toys gonna issue another Vader from this show. I feel like that's a requirement. Yeah, it's a requirement. Yeah, Hot Toys. That's part of their contract. Every Vader.
Every 2 years, the Vader has to come out.
Yeah.
It's like Iron Man.
Yeah, I know exactly right. Iron Man. Yep. Yeah. Spider-Man. So I guess where I was going with that. Oh, the reissuing of certain figures. You know, depending on how Andor season 2 ends, right? If it ties in directly to Rogue One, I haven't read too much on it, but I'm just speculating here, right? That would be a good reason for then Hot Toys to reissue a Jin. True. Because that would kind of build on the hype, and that can just lead into Rogue One. People would go and watch Rogue One, and then they would want to be into getting a Jin again. So again, that's just what I'm thinking, but I don't know. Again, it's not guaranteed.
Not to cut you off, sorry, but do you know how many seasons Andor is supposed to be slated for? Or
Jim, do you
know? No, it's a good question. Actually, I just don't think too far ahead.
Yeah,
that's a good question. I imagine they could be done after this one. But
I mean, if you want to milk it, I guess you could structure it, but
I don't think I want them to overdo it.
Exactly.
You know. We'll see.
I'm not sure.
We'll see how season 2 goes.
Let us know. Yeah, let us know in the chat if you know how long or how many seasons Andor was supposed to be or will be. Let's see here. Going back to the chat, we got Equan in the house. What is up, Equan? My money is on another Dooku. They didn't make that Anakin Dooku lightsaber for nothing. Good point. That is a very good point. connecting the dots there. I like the math that you're showing there. I like you showing your work. That is true, right? So if they have the well, actually, hold on. Let me think about it a little. So Dooku lightsaber USB. I don't. So if you're referring to the previous, the Artisan Anakin, I don't think that was USB. I think that was what some people were kind of complaining about. It seems like they just that was just like a non LED lit USB. If I'm not mistaken, if I am, let me know. And then on this one here, this new Anakin, I think that was just his lightsaber, right? His Anakin's lightsaber, but it was just red. Right, you guys? Tremble, Jim? Help me out here. No.
Not dark.
Unless I'm missing something, let me know, Equan. Did we get what am I missing? Did Dooku have a USB lightsaber recently? A powered USB lightsaber?
I think, was he referring back to the Anakin because his wasn't USB powered?
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Is that what he was referring back to?
Yeah.
I was trying to go
I think
back.
so, yeah.
Yes. Still no USB, Dooku. He does need updating. I don't think his head sculpt is all that either. I know people love that sculpt, but if you look at it next to yeah, this is atrocious. I've forgotten the actor's name. But if you compare them side by side, his face is way too thin on the Hot Toys. He hasn't got that thin at all of a face. Yeah. So it like the actual like skin detail on that, because he's an older, there's a lot more to work with in detail. So it looks good from that aspect. But as like a side by side likeness, for me, it never quite stuck.
I gotcha. Okay, yeah. So I think I understand what Equan was saying. He's saying that to this date we haven't got a Dooku lightsaber that's USB powered. So it would be a good reason for them to do a 2.0. In addition to what Jim was saying, maybe like as we were talking about earlier with, comparing the Toby, the black suit versus this newer one, the head sculpts, how it looked then, and just how Hot Toys has improved, and the technology they're using, and just everything in general has improved. So it would make sense for them to do a 2.0 Dooku and any other figure that hasn't been done yet, including this Jin, right?
Lee. Yeah, this Jin would be good. This does need an update. It's got a Barbie-esque look.
Yeah, was that Jim?
Leia might have a fit if they release. No, he won't. Oh, a Leia. Yeah, Leia. Like that's his pride and joy.
Yeah, it's gonna happen to at some point, right? It happens.
Yeah.
Some people's.
I think everything's gonna get reissued.
Yeah. Yep.
So as long as you enjoy it, when you get it, I don't see it.
Yeah. As long as they improve on it as well, I've got no issue with it 2.0. As long as it is better, viably better.
Yeah. Oh, and a Bix would be nice, but we'll see what happens with that.
Yes.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, knock on wood.
Jose's on that one.
Yeah, Equan saying season 2 is the last. Each block of 3 episodes is 1 year, leads right up into Rogue One. Okay, nice. There you go. Thanks, Equan. So season 2 will be the last season of Andor. Let's see here. Yeah, still no USB. Mitchell Lawrence saying, I hope we get ESB Hoth characters. Yeah, we got one so far, right? Just blanking. Han Solo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's so far.
That's scheduled for end of this year, right? Han?
I can't remember. I think so. Yeah, I think it is, but I'm not sure off the top of my head. Yeah,
maybe they're working on that hairpiece.
Yeah. Good taste. Yeah. So that kind of, Tremble, you brought up an interesting topic that I actually was going to bring up to you guys as a discussion point here that kind of has me on the fence with this one. So you're talking about characters of figures and characters of representation, right? So I know some collectors have mentioned this, they get particular figures because they want the representation, not of the character, but what they represent as far as like nationality, ethnicity, culture, whatever it is to you, your heritage, there's some aspect behind that in addition. And so, some characters or some collectors buy these figures to kind of support that because it means something to them, and that, they can relate in one way or another. Diego Luna's Mexican. He was born in Mexico. And so as a Mexican American myself, I feel like I want to support this, support that. Cause like you said, we don't have a lot of Latino figures or characters on mainstream, just in general. But the fact that they made a figure of that, of someone who's of Mexican descent
Mhm.
is just awesome. And so I'm compelled to support it because I want to, you know, obviously for that, and that has like I can relate in that sense.
Yeah.
And then also we always say we'll vote with our wallets, right? So
Yeah.
if I buy this and other people buy it, then hopefully Hot Toys connects the dots and be like, okay, they can either say, well, they want more Rogue One, or they actually like we're safe to make more Latino characters, you know, male and
Yeah.
female, obviously.
Yeah.
Namor is obviously on that list as well.
True.
We're all
Yeah.
hoping they do Namor. But on the other side, the only reason I'm still kind of on the fence is some of the stuff I touched on before. Is that this already looks to me like, in my opinion, the sculpt looks already kind of softened. So I'm worried how that's going to be when the final comes out. And you guys touched on the hair, which I think the hair is fine. But so if this is the best it's going to be, and then it downgrades from there.
Yeah, even more. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, oh man. And so my question to you is, would you buy a character to still support, to have that representation regardless of how the figure looks or the quality? Or do you feel like you're kind of more leaning towards the quality and how good a figure is, and you still want that takes higher priority over the representation aspect? But I'll start with you, Tremble Dust, since you brought it up. What are your thoughts on that? The quality versus the representation there, I guess.
All right. I always say that you should not be like, your thinking shouldn't be that you have to buy something because it represents maybe a culture that you are familiar with or part of.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be obligated. It's like, oh, it's a it's African American figure, or it's a Latino figure. I gotta buy it just for the rep.
Yeah.
I say you shouldn't have to do that. You should want to buy the figure because it speaks to you. You know, not just because of nationality, but because of quality of like how it looks. You know, I get what you're saying. Like, it's okay. It's a Latino actor, and it's not that many, but it's not hitting you like in the feels, like, quality wise. I wouldn't buy it if it's like that. I wouldn't. Like, an example would be okay, Valkyrie. Like, not that many female and black characters from Hot Toys, right?
Yep.
I bought it, but here's the thing, because I thought the sculpt was great. The hair is on point.
Yeah.
It's the shoulders.
Yep.
That hurts the fuck out of me. Like,
Yeah.
Wonder Woman and Mighty Thor, you had like seamless shoulders. You couldn't do that with Valkyrie. Yeah. Because I was like, at first I wasn't gonna buy it, and I'm like, you know what? Let me see how bad it bothers me.
Yeah.
Shoulders. So I bought it. I displayed it. I'm like, it's not bad. But after a while, I'm like, nah, it's irking me, and I don't want to have to do a body switch for it. So, like, yeah, it's like, I'd like to keep it, but I'm probably gonna end up selling it and stuff. But my point is, I don't feel that you have to buy something just because it's part of something you're familiar with, your nationality, your religion, your anything. It has to connect with you. It has to, like, when you look at it, you're like, holy shit, it's great. And the fact that it's representing something that you're familiar with should be a bonus. It shouldn't be like a requirement. I get that supporting would probably prompt companies to make more. But again, like you said, it doesn't necessarily mean that. It could mean that, we should just put out more in this line, or we should put more,
like more Rogue One or something.
Exactly. Yeah, it won't necessarily click in their heads that, we need more minority figures. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, it's a give or take. But like I said again, you buy it because it hits you somewhere. Like, quality wise, and the nationality should be like a secondary thing to you. Some people, it's the first thing, but buy what you want. Do what you want. If you want to buy it because it's part of your nationality, do it. If you want to buy it because it looks great and it just happens to be part of something that that you're part of that culture, fine. But I don't think you should be obligated to. But that's my
No, I hear you. Yeah. Jim, what are your thoughts on that topic?
It's quite a big topic, to be fair. It's an interesting one in terms of supporting, like buying this to support different ethnicities and stuff like that. I'm not sure if it's something that crosses my mind as much in figure form, if that makes sense. More so in like movies, productions, things like that. I think that's better.
Yeah.
Well, not even better. That's not the right words, but it's not something when I buy a figure, I don't think, oh, this is awesome. I'm supporting a Mexican actor by buying his figure representation. I just think, oh, that's Andor. Give me some Andor. You know, that's like my
Yeah.
thought process of it.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking, if there was like, you've probably never heard of him. If they brought out a Captain Britain photo, would I buy it just because it's a Captain Britain? Even though I've never read a Captain Britain comic or anything like that. I probably wouldn't.
I would. I would.
There we go. More British than I am. But
I'm British. I
yeah.
sympathize.
I probably wouldn't. I mean, to be fair, I've got the Henry Cavill Superman, so that's like a mix, you know, an American character with a British actor. But there we go.
Yeah.
So from that consideration of the representation, no. But when it comes to representation of a character I really like, so I mentioned it earlier, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. All right, so he's a character I would love to have representation of, but I just didn't like the figure. I don't think they did a good enough job. That next scene would drive me mad. A bit like what you're saying about the shoulders of Valkyrie. And I would end up just every time I look at him thinking of what could have been, and it would irritate me more than a figure that I was not as interested in. I feel like I could forgive it a bit more, but I'm a bit more picky with my favorite characters.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? And then it would just bug me. And if I have a figure that I think looks shit next to lots of figures that I think look great, that one for me, in my eye, just sticks out like a bit of a sore thumb. Like, not so much about what other people would see, but like just for me and my preference. So I wouldn't always buy a character for a representation. Like, I like horror, and there's a lot of like third-party things you have to go to for that, because there's not a lot of mainstream horror. But a lot of those third-party horror figures are awful, unfortunately. So I go a bigger horror collection just because I don't think they look good. So it's an interesting one, and I think the quality has to be up there, at least to a level that I would accept, in order for me to be like, okay, I'm going to go ahead with the representation and the character I really want. Because if the quality's not there, I'm going to pass on it. It's going to annoy me.
Yeah, kind of like what here Mitchell Lawrence, I think, agrees with you. You both, actually. Quality and likeness have to justify the price.
Yeah. I saw his comment and I was like, yeah, that's a bit of me. Yeah.
Yeah. And L Walker, let us know your thoughts too. I see you have your thoughts on it too. But if you care to share, no worries, no pressure though. But it's tough, right? It's like in a tough spot because I like to both. I generally like in my collection, I buy. I'm with you both. I buy something if I feel like the value's there for me. If like I like the character, it's something I really want. Aside from what it represents, more beyond the character, right? Like I mentioned, ethnicity, nationality, culturally. Aside from that, just like the character itself, it means something to me, or I think it looks really cool. I can relate, then I'll get it. But on the other hand, it's you don't want to support crappy quality either, right? I know we all have our a lot of us critique certain things. Again, the leather on Anakin, the dark side, or Darth Vader, Sith apprentice. Although some people can look past that. Again, to each their own. We all have different takes on what is value, right? It's all outlooks on what value is. So, then it kind of works both ways too. So, like if you buy, so if I were to get this, thinking, okay, I want to support, Latino figures and characters, I'm kind of just hoping that Hot Toys sees that connection. But at the same time, right, if the quality drops off even more so, just in general, not just the head sculpt, but in general, then they may also take it wrong and think like, okay, well, we keep criticizing, these collectors will buy it even though we're not giving it our all,
and they want to prove.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a tough spot, and to again, what you guys mentioned, it's to each their own, right? It's just something I just thought it was interesting, and I just wondered how, in general, collectors kind of feel about that that approach as far as the representation. Because I know there's an increase, right? I mean, we have a good amount of Black African American figures in the collection. Tremble, you brought up a good example of Valkyrie, though. because the shoulders. I know a lot of people didn't like the shoulders, and that turned them off from that figure. So that I can understand, I can see that. Another one I had in my head was Reva. That figure did look good, but I know a lot of people didn't like the character from Star Wars Obi-Wan. So that's another conversation of like separating the source material from the character. So yeah, there's a lot of factors there, and it is interesting. And again, it just comes down to each individual collector on how they want to see that. But sure, I think I don't know. It's something I have to sleep on a little more, see what I want to do. If I end up getting it, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Like you said, go ahead. Continue.
No, I was just gonna say, if I do like Rogue One. I really love that movie. Andor, I said, I like Andor's character, but the show I was okay on. I always thought it was okay. I thought it was good. Okay/good. And so this is kind of one I could pass on. Mm-hmm. And like you said, I think because of I'm worried about the quality. It may have to be one where I hold off and see what the final looks like. And if they deliver, if it improves, then I'll probably pull the trigger. But that's also a gamble too, right? Because it could sell it everywhere. Because it's a popular figure. It seems like a lot of people. Yeah, that's true. It does. Yeah. And but then there's also that whole possibility that they could release another version for Andor season 2, right? Sure. Again, going back to this is Rogue One. They may release another version that may have an improved likeness. I know we've seen that before from Hot Toys. Mm-hmm. So yeah, there's a lot of factors to consider.
Yeah, a lot of what ifs. Yeah, like I said before, I think no one should be pressured into buying anything. It's your money. Yeah. Ultimately, you're going to be the only one looking at your collection 24/7. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you better be happy with your purchase. Be sure what you get. Like, okay, but minority figures like Sam Jackson, Nick Fury from from Winter Soldier. Love that figure. That's what I'm talking about. Like, that's quality for me. So Cyborg is another one. Let me see. Sam Wilson, Captain America.
Yeah,
that's the one.
That's a good point.
Great figure. That's the level I want. Like that, I want to have figure wise and has representation. I don't want something that's like like if you accept lower tier, you're gonna get more lower tier. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't want that. Like, give me the best you can. I'll support. You give me like, I'm not gonna support. So, but again, it's on you. You should know what you want to get. That's the final decision. People just go in your ear all the time. Oh, you should buy this. You're not buying it for me.
Yeah.
Are you sponsoring me? Yeah. If that's the case, fuck it, go ahead. Buy me as much shit as you want.
Yeah, do it. Yeah.
Keep doing it. Yeah.
I'm gonna look at it. What the fuck? So, but that's my take.
Yeah, no, I mean I think that's the takeaway right there. That Tremble just said it right. You just nailed it. I mean, if it means something to you, regardless, and you feel that the value is there for you, then of course, to each their own. You get it and you enjoy it. Whatever those decisions brought you to buy it is. So yeah, well said, Tremble Dust. Jimmy, got anything else to add to that? No. All right. Let me see. We go back to the chat here. Mitchell Lawrence, you never know with Hot Toys. Yep, that's the motto with Hot Toys, right? You never. That should be their new logan. Like Hot Toys, you never know.
Pretty much, exactly.
That's a good one.
So well, yep.
You never know. Yeah.
We could do one thing. We could do one.
Yeah. Mitchell Lawrence all saying both what you truly love and have a connection to. Yeah, that's what it comes down to, right? Because again, to reiterate, Tremble, at the end of the day, it's your collection. You're the one that's going to be staring at it and looking at it, and it should have something to connect with you. And if you feel like other people may say something a figure's too expensive, but if you feel like you're enjoying it, you're getting your money's worth, and obviously that's a decision you make for yourself. And the opposite, right? We all say that there's certain things that we don't like as far as quality, or certain things they should do better. Some people are able to see past certain things that others may see as like low quality, but
sure.
I was saying like with the Anakin, right? Yeah. There are some people who actually are still saying that they're looking forward to getting that Anakin, that Darth Vader, despite the leather-like tunic, right? They're still looking forward to it. So I'm not going to take that away from them, right? You guys, again, you want to enjoy it, you're looking forward to it. Yeah. Please, by all means.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I mean, you should,
Exactly. Yeah,
that's true. I mean, I imagine we've all bought a figure that everyone else has been raving about before. Oh, this figure's amazing! It's the best, and you're like, I'm going to get it.
Mhm.
I don't have a massive connection to this character, and you get it, and you're like, oh, this figure's incredible. Like everyone said, 2 weeks later, I'm going to sell this. Now, so
Yeah.
I'm done with that.
Yeah.
Why did I do
Mhm.
that?
Yeah.
I think we've all been in that ball bag as well. Yes, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that was Andor, Rogue One, Cassian, Andor. Hopefully, we'll see if we get another version later on. But it's a gamble. We'll see. Just like I said with Hot Toys, you never know. Gentlemen, that was all the figures we had.
Yay.
But with that, how are you feeling? You guys up for a round of Feezy's 20? How are you feeling, Jim? I guess the question's probably more for you since it's later for you.
I could do a round, yeah. Why not?
Yeah. All right, I gotta
Saturday night. Let's go.
I gotta smoke another. I gotta prepare. I know how stressful this could be. So
Yeah.
hold on.
All right.
Good to go.
Here we go. They are ready. All right, they're up for it. Here we go. Chat panelists. So for those of you that aren't familiar, Feezy's 20 is basically 20 questions. My panelists have 20 yes or no questions to guess a figure that I have in mind. It's a Hot Toys figure that's already released. So that's that kind of helps narrow it down. So it's more like 19 questions and then your final guess. If you throw out your guess and you end up being wrong, then game over. Game over, man. So that is it. So make sure you're sure before you ask your question.
Gotcha.
Try to utilize your questions that you have. I count 2.0s as separate figures because that changes the answer to a question.
Okay.
For example, Iron Man, 1.0 versus like the newer 3.0s that are die-cast versus plastic, right? That changes the question. So like I see those as two different figures. Also, speaking of Iron Man, if you want to ask a general question and narrow down, like you can ask, is it an Iron Man figure? That's allowed. And I can see either say yes or no, right? So if I say yes, then you'll just have to narrow it down even further what specific Iron Man figure I'm talking about or I have in my mind. So you can ask, is it an Iron Man figure? Is it a Batman figure? But then you'll have to, of course, further narrow it down from there. Honor system, so no internet searching, of course, no looking at the chat. So switch over to the private chat, please. And it's just you guys are going to be bouncing ideas off each other. I encourage you both to kind of talk out loud. Feel free to talk out loud and bounce ideas off each other. And then let me know when you're ready to ask your question, or if you want to ask it, go ahead. I'll confirm too to see if that's a question you want to ask. Chat, if you want to play along and throw out suggestions, I can bring those up here on the screen. I won't bring up your guesses if you want to try guessing amongst yourself what the figure is. I won't bring those up, but if you have suggestions for the on questions for the panelists, feel free to put those in there and I'll bring those up as well.
Okay.
Nothing like, no questions though, like does it rhyme with, does it sound like, does it start with this letter, or does it start with, does it end with this letter? Nothing like that. It's
is it bigger than a bread box or something like that?
that works actually.
Oh, that works.
Yeah, that's fine. Bigger than a bread box. Yeah, how big it is. Yeah, like if you have a size comparison, I'll do my best to answer. And that's the thing too. I'll do my best to answer without throwing you off track, right? Because I got to be careful how I answer, because some of these sometimes are kind of iffy. If I answer it, it could be misleading, basically. So I apologize. I'll do my best to answer it to keep you guys on track.
Okay.
But no promises. No promises.
All right.
All right. You guys have any questions outside of that? Not part of your 20 questions, but general questions on the game.
No,
I don't think so. We'll see how it goes.
Okay.
All right. We'll see. Okay. Gentlemen, with that, let's go whenever you're ready.
All right. Jim, you have any ideas on what question to ask?
No, I was hoping. I was going to follow your lead on the first one.
I usually start with I usually ask if it's an MMS or video game, like what series is part of the figure.
Well, MMS or TMS or VTM.
Yeah, TMS.
Like that kind of.
Yeah.
I'm happy to ask that.
Okay. All right. Host. Is the figure part of the MMS series?
It is. It is an MMS series figure.
Cool.
Okay,
I'll keep track of your questions so that way I can read them back to you.
Okay.
Also,
are we allowed to ask what it's like related to, like if it's Marvel, DC, things like that? Is that a question that's allowed or not allowed?
Yeah, that's allowed.
You can ask that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can ask that.
Okay, we can ask that.
What series has the most characters? Is it Star Wars or is it Marvel? It's maybe one of those two.
I think Star Wars and Marvel both have like. Damn, I don't know. That's a good question.
While you're thinking, Mike Fiala says, all right, y'all got to head out, but catching y'all live. Great catching y'all live. Have a great rest of their week. You too, Mike Fiala. Thank you for coming through. Appreciate it. It's good to see you in here. Enjoy the rest of your weekend as well.
Cool.
Good one, good sir. Later.
All right.
SPM saying, Feezy's 20 without me? How dare you? Yeah. There'll be plenty more, Beam. Don't worry. Yeah, there are plenty of figures out there to keep playing. This won't be the last, so no worries. No worries.
I mean, Jim, since it's like Star Wars kind of focus, I guess we can ask if it's a Star Wars figure.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. That's a good way to think.
All right. We would like to ask if the figure is related to Star Wars.
It is.
See. All right.
Get in.
All right. Usually, it's actually a good idea to say if it's male or female.
Oh, that's a good shout.
It's a sex.
Yeah.
It's a sex. All right. Okay.
Good question.
Is the figure a male?
Yes.
See, good.
Ooh.
Shoot.
Should we ask about error? Prequel,
Yes,
sequel, or
yeah.
OT?
Yes, we should. I guess,
Would you
okay.
OT? Would you consider that like obviously OT is the original trilogy, but would you consider everything that kind of happens around that as well?
Oh, look
Would Rogue One count as that error? You know, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know. Would that be OT? I don't know.
Kind of no, but it's in that is. I wouldn't call it. Is it a prequel? It's kind of a prequel, actually, isn't it? Because it's before New Hope.
Yeah, like Rogue One, Solo. I don't know if there's OTs. You know what? We can just ask. We'll ask.
To clarify, I would say original, since OT directly is original trilogy. I would just go off of that. I would take that as the first three movies, right? The trilogy.
Yeah, that's fair.
Got you. So you want to ask, Jim? Or?
We ask if it's a prequel to the original trilogy.
Okay. Is the figure related to the prequels?
Related to the prequels? No.
Okay.
Ah.
All right.
So we know it's an MMS, so it's a movie.
Yeah, it's a movie,
not a TV show.
All right. So it's got.
Sorry to confirm, you're talking about when you say prequels, you're talking about the prequel trilogy, correct?
I was thinking anything before the original trilogy.
Yeah.
I would count as prequel. Error. But technically, when people say prequels, they mean the prequel 3 films, don't they?
Yeah.
That's fair. Okay.
That's what I took it as, yeah. The prequel trilogy.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. So I guess we can ask if it's OT.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. Is the figure related to OT?
Related to OT?
Okay.
Yes, I guess it's related to OT. Yes.
See, this is where it gets tricky.
I'm wondering if it's a Rogue One related.
It could be. Okay, so far we know it's a masterpiece. A movie masterpiece.
Yeah.
It's male.
Male, yeah.
Star Wars. I'm trying to think.
Not in the prequel trilogy.
We can actually ask if they're a good guy or a bad guy.
Good shout. I like that. Yeah.
All right.
Let's go with that.
Okay, is the figure considered a good guy or a bad guy?
Yes or no question.
Oh, it's a yes or no question? Okay, damn it.
Is the figure a good guy?
Yes.
Okay.
And not a Chucky doll, right?
Oh, shit, man. That's my guess.
It's a good guy doll.
Good guy. All right. So,
SBM says, Tremble, don't let me down.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
Team effort here.
SBM's suggestion, is he part of the Jedi Order?
Yeah, we can ask that.
That's a good
That'll help.
question.
All right, you want to do it?
Yeah, go for it. Lock it in.
Is the figure related to the Jedi Order?
Related to no, not related to the Jedi Order. No.
Okay. I could follow that up with asking if the figure is a bounty hunter. I don't know if that's too specific or want to do it like more of a broad.
I can't remember. Did you say it was a good guy or not a good guy?
It is, yeah. Or he would be considered a good guy, yes.
Bounty hunters,
Esteemed
good guys.
Says
Well,
like
yeah,
you'll have to ask if they are in these trilogies. He's suggesting to clarify, which I think would be good. Don't be afraid to be more specific. Also, he's suggesting.
Okay, thank you, Yoda. Damn, he's right though.
I kind of want to ask if the figures in Rogue One specifically. Do you think we should ask that?
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is this figure in Rogue One?
Yes.
See, good call.
There we go.
Good guy. Shit. Ain't that many good guys in Rogue One. Shit. And you said it's Jedi Order, right?
No, your question was is this figure related to the Jedi Order? And the answer was no.
No. Okay. Sorry.
Can I have an idea for a question.
Go ahead.
I want to ask if this figure's released yet.
Good. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Is this figure released yet?
I won't let you burn that question. In the beginning I did say this is a release Hot Toys, so you have that.
Oh, okay. Thank you. All right.
It's released. Okay.
Yeah. So I won't count that against you. Yeah, because that was a freebie in the beginning.
We could cut down how long ago it was released. We could say either 5 years, 10 years ago. You know.
Well, if it's Rogue One, the only male characters that are good guys they've released would be Chirrut. Chirrut. I can't remember the name of the. I think it was a Japanese guy.
Oh yeah, I forgot his name too. I know what you're talking about.
The long hair.
Blind,
I can't remember if they released him or not.
Blind. Damn, I forgot his name.
His Chirrut was blind.
Yeah.
I don't think they did. Actually, that could be a good question. Is this character blind? Because that would rule out at least Chirrut then, right?
Go for it. Yeah. Go for it.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Is the figure of a blind character?
Yes.
Oh, come on.
I think. Do we guess?
It's Jyn Erso. Come on, man. Final answer. Okay. yeah. You can guess. Go ahead. Come on.
Yeah. Is this figure? Is it Chirrut? Is it?
It's a long drum roll.
Yeah, I know. I forgot. Yes, it is. There you go. Sorry, I did the switch. Yeah, you got it. It is
11 questions left.
M-Way. Yeah, you got it.
Is that a record? We get a prize?
Yeah, that was a few questions there. It wasn't that many. It was like, what was that, 10 questions that last year?
Nice.
10th one was.
So S-Beam helped when he said ask more specific questions. I was like,
yeah, he did. Yeah. In future 20s, I want Jim as on my team. Okay, definitely. You win.
Thank you.
Yeah, S-Beam. He was. He's played enough at least to know the ins and outs. He knows the tricks.
See, they could do a 2.0 of this. I don't know if because they could dial in that stuff with Kane coming out. Dude, they could dial that in really well.
Yep.
He was brilliant as well. Like just his whole mantra. Yeah. Was it I'm the force, the force is with me? That's just brilliant.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I love that. Yeah. He's great.
The third M-Way released 2017. This is MMS 402.
Wow.
Like you gentlemen guessed, from Rogue One. And you guys touched on it earlier. It's one of the reasons why I chose this. I probably have to start picking something unrelated. But yeah, we obviously discussed A2SO from Rogue One, and you guys were talking about your Rogue One shelf collection. Yeah. So yeah, for those of you, I know you would have to be buying backwards because they only release him. Hot Toys only release him one time. But for those of you that do have him, I'm sure you're excited to finally start completing that shelf. I'm sure if you have Chirrut, you have Jyn, and then Andor's coming out. Tad's there, So
was this a general release or this wasn't exclusive? Right now, it was general, right?
I believe it was general. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Yep.
they could definitely update that sculpt.
yeah, it looked great.
Especially
Yeah.
because they've done a
But, you know,
campaign, right?
you know, actually, hold on one
John
second.
Wick.
Hold on, I got someone at my door. Give me 1 second. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah,
No, that's
yeah,
good.
Jim. To your point, that's kind of what Tremble was touching on. Since they kind of came out with that cane, it'd be good for them to update this to 2.0. This to update that head sculpt. Obviously, I mean that's not usually it doesn't work based on likeness. It's like on movie or source material IP, right? But you know, you would think they have Star Wars license in general. Well, I would think I think they do. I don't know to what extent Hot Toys does, but it would be a good move for them to do it.
Yeah,
Or
I
that
mean, I'd have
recent
thought so because they branded Cassian as Rogue One, right? Well, I did.
Yeah,
So it
yeah,
would make
exactly.
sense that they could revisit some of this. It just depends. If season 2 is a big hit again, I could see them possibly doing it. But I could also see them hedging their bets and waiting to see if season 2 is as
Yeah,
big as we're hoping it's going to be.
yeah.
Especially if it leads right up to Rogue One as well. I already
Mhm.
know since they said that I'm definitely going to, after that final 3 episodes, I'm definitely going straight into a screening of Rogue One. So that's going to be a long
Yeah.
Friday.
Nice, nice,
That.
Yep.
nice.
Yeah.
I'm kind of tempted to start that now. Actually, going back to Andor season 1, it kind of makes me want to go back and watch Rogue One again already.
Oh,
So I
I'm
may have
thinking
to
about
view it
that for tomorrow.
twice, like
Yeah, I'll
now
watch
and
it
then
again.
again. Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
just remembering how good that movie was, and so
Yeah.
Mm.
You know what
Yeah.
it is? It's the fact that you know that that's it for them. You know, that's
Mhm.
when
yeah,
it hit.
true. Yeah,
And when I first started watching, I'm like, okay, cool, cool. And then I'm like, oh shit, yeah, they all died. Damn.
yeah,
Mm.
Okay, that finality and
Which
shit.
is bad
So
for a Star Wars film, right? Like normally
yeah,
they'll kill off like the wise old guy, like Qui-Gon Jinn,
yeah, like
Yoda, Obi-Wan
yeah,
Kenobi.
yeah, I like
But they
all of
don't
them.
normally kill off you wouldn't kill off Han Solo. Well, they did kill off Han Solo eventually, didn't they? But you wouldn't kill
yeah,
off your
yeah.
Luke
Yeah, well,
Skywalker.
yeah,
Or, they killed him as well. In the
yeah,
original trilogies, you wouldn't have killed off
yeah,
these people.
yeah, yeah,
Just in the sequels.
Killing everybody.
God.
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
Just white. Yeah, but yeah,
yeah. 2
great.
points, maybe. Yeah, when the time if and when they do the 2.0 gen, that'd be a good time for them to do also Churd also.
Yeah,
Mhm.
if they do it,
That time.
if they do it.
If they, yeah, exactly. If they do it,
Mm.
If they redo Jin
uh,
in the when she's in that is it a TIE fighter
The
outfit? Do you know when
disguise,
she
disguise.
in disguise? I would get that one because I liked that. That was a cool looking outfit. I think that worked
Yeah,
really
yeah,
well.
it was. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, but congrats, gentlemen. Again, you got it. Let's see here. See what the chat
You
had.
in?
Do it. Yeah. Let's give them another round of applause, especially for them being there. No, actually, Trimble, you've been on the show before, haven't you?
Yeah, I've done 20s. I think once or twice.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, I don't know if that was on Beams channel
It
or
was
not.
on Beam. It was on Beam. Yeah, it was on
Oh,
Beam.
that's what it was. Okay, that's right. Yeah,
It was on Beam.
Okay. Well, either way, for first timers on this stream, you both got it. Congrats again. Let's see here. Yeah, it's been woohoo. Yeah. Woohoo. I got to get that Homer sound clip now. Yeah. Woohoo. That'd be a good time. Vita says, with 11 questions to spare. Yeah, nicely done. Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Well done. You guys narrowed it in quickly. Mitchell Lawrence, I was going to say was him. Yeah. Oh, and that's being I sold
Nice.
mine. Oh, man.
Well, yeah.
Tough decisions. Yep, tough decisions
Yeah.
that
The
we
old
have to
figure
make
now.
sometimes.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know
Was
what's
it 20,
how much.
2017?
Okay. Yeah, but I don't know how much it's going for the secondary market.
Yeah, not sure.
Uh-huh.
Haven't looked. Yep. But gentlemen, again, thank you for playing. Thank you for staying long enough for one, just staying through this long and then also staying long enough to play the game. I appreciate you both. But that was it. Thank you all in the chat for tuning in, however long you did. For those of you who stayed the whole stream, I appreciate your time, especially on the weekend. For those of you who had a nice day outside, I appreciate
Don't rub it in. Don't
taking
rub
your
it in.
time to listen. Yeah, yeah, my bad. And then for those of you who didn't have nice weather, glad we can provide this form of entertainment for you while you're inside trying to stay dry or warm, whatever it may be. But with that, we'll go around the clock here, and I'll give you guys the opportunity to plug anything you got coming up. We'll start with Jim. Jim, anything you want to plug or anything you got coming up?
No, my old YouTube's been a bit stagnant. I've got a few reviews I'm sitting on that I'll push out over the coming weeks. I've got the Jack Sparrow, the standard version. I got the oh, what was it? Which film is he from? I got Hulk from Age of Ultron recently as well. So I'm on a killer deal. Got him nice. He was only £100, which is $100
Nice.
in America. So
Nice.
I got him in, and as well as the Groot and Rocket 2-pack from the original Guardians.
Yeah.
That was also
Nice.
a similar deal. So, and they're really good as well for
Yeah,
older
yeah,
figures.
right?
That
Yeah.
Hulk, especially with the switch out torso. So yeah, I really like
Yeah.
those. And I do have the Joker 2-pack from Inart coming in the next 3 weeks.
Yes.
So
Okay.
I'll definitely be
Nice,
doing a
nice.
review on that as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Rocket and Groot. Yeah, I got that. I bought
Ooh.
that secondhand as well. That good
Yeah.
sale. I was really impressed. I got
Yeah,
it recently too. I
Groot
think it was
is-
late last year.
Yep.
I bought it, on
Yeah.
eBay, good price. Yeah, and it was really good. I was like, damn, because that's the Groot I wanted. That's the one that was
Same.
my
Same
pick,
here.
right? Not
Same here.
Team Groot.
Yeah.
I was hoping we'd see
But,
that Groot again in Guardians 3.
Yeah.
We got
Yeah.
teenage Groot. That's okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I mentioned, I'll put a link in the description below to Jim's channel. Be sure to check it out. So give him some,
Thank you.
show him some love and support if you like what he's doing. I did watch your Darth Maul 2.0 review. It was a good review, and I'm looking forward to getting
thank
mine.
you.
I can't. I don't have a Maul, so I'm definitely looking forward to getting that one. And
That's a great
thanks for
figure.
the heads up on the horns and saying how sharp they are, and that you
Oh,
you literally bled for that figure.
yeah, be careful. They are
Yeah.
sharp.
But yeah, he has other reviews. I think he has it in Art Superman. I saw up there, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
As
Okay.
well.
Do.
Yep. So check out his channel. Also a gamer. I saw he has some live on Silent Hill 2.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
That game was
Okay.
fantastic.
Okay.
I need to do
Have
some
you-
more gaming
yeah, I remember-
streams. I quite enjoyed that.
Okay.
It dials you in as well into the experience a lot
Yeah.
more when you're streaming it. So it's good fun.
Yeah. I haven't played Silent Hill since the
Shit.
PS1,
Ooh.
going back to the first time
Same,
it came out.
yeah.
That's the last time.
Original.
Yeah. Right.
I love those games.
Yeah.
But the remake is
Yeah.
good. If you get your hands on it,
Good.
it's good fun.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Nice. Yeah, I have to add it to the list. I have a whole backlog that I need to get to.
Oh, same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same here. Yeah.
But thanks again, Jim. Appreciate your time, man. Spending some
No,
Saturday
thanks
night
for
with-
having me. We really enjoyed it.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yeah, whenever you're able to, and I'm able to have a stream earlier in the day. Again, I know the time difference. You're always welcome. So
Yeah.
just hit me up and let me know.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. Tremble Dust, my man.
Yes.
Thank you again for
No
coming
problem.
through. I know. Go ahead.
I owe you. So many invites you sent, and I'm like, I can't do this. I can't do this. Yeah. So thank you for having me. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like plug wise, nothing. I don't have a channel. I'm just waiting for invoices. I'm waiting for, like I said earlier, Superior Spider-Man. Waiting for that invoice. I still haven't gotten an invoice from Inart for Dune.
All the traders.
Paul, thank you. Still haven't gotten the invoice.
I'm waiting on that too.
Yeah. Let me see. I'm with. This is not 1/6, but I don't know what scale it is. I think it's like 1/8. I don't know what it is. Drew from Despicable Me 4.
Cool.
On Studios. I'm waiting for that to
Yeah.
come.
Yeah.
Like Kit had it.
Yeah.
Kit had it, but I PO'd on Ami.
Mhm.
So I'm waiting for Ami
Yeah.
to get it in stock. And you really don't want to cancel the Ami because they're
Yeah.
kind of gangster with their shit.
Yeah.
Because if you cancel, they say you a very stern warning. Hey,
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
do that.
They do. Yeah.
Everyone gets
Wow.
one.
They make you feel
they're-
bad for canceling.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was like kids.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I canceled something one time and I got that email. I was like, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I kind of did
Same,
do
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Did you do it
I'm
again?
sorry. Huh? I was going to, but no, I don't want to chance it because I heard about they will cancel your account if you do too many
Oh my
POs.
god.
Yeah, I think and it's short. It was like maybe 2, maybe 3. If you cancel 3 POs, I think, don't quote me on it, they'll either suspend or cancel depending on like how many times you do cancel POs. So I'm trying not to upset them because they're pretty damn good.
Yeah.
I get figures from
Really
them quicker than from like Sideshow. And Sideshow is like in Cali for me. I'm in New York. It takes on average a week for a figure from Sideshow to get to me. With Ami with DHL, 3 days.
Yep.
Wow.
They're in
That's
Japan.
good.
So yeah. So
That's
yeah,
good.
like,
Magic.
yeah. But other than that, nothing really. I'm just like I play some video games, but not like I'm playing the First Descendant. It's like a free play on PC. It's if you Google it, you'll see what I'm talking about. That's my main game right now. Other than that, nothing really. I mean, I guess I could play GTA 6 when it comes out, but I don't know if I want to pay $100 and something. See what happens.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah, because Mario Kart, I think on the new Switch is like 80 for the digital.
80.
Yeah, so I mean, if anything, I could see GTA being like 100, easy.
They're getting too expensive. Nintendo especially. Come on.
Yeah, but I think the devs have been like complaining about like games being too cheap for a while because you got to figure the R&D to actually dev a game. To be honest with you, they're giving us a real big deal, and it's not like we own the games. We just get a license to play the game. We don't own the goddamn game. They still have the IP right. So I don't know. It's getting crazy. Even with PCs, it's like GPUs, too fucking expensive.
Yeah, they're crazy. Yeah, expensive.
Yeah, I refuse. If anything, I'll get like a new display. They're cheaper now. So, but other than that, yeah, nothing. I'm just kind of weathering the storm, literally. Selling some figs. Oh, I told you. I was telling Feezy on Instagram. I actually sold an endgame cap recently for $230. I was like, what the fuck?
What?
Yeah.
Someone actually paid that much? Jesus. I didn't know it was that popular because I was gonna have it let it go for like 125 shipped, and I put it on eBay, but I fucked up. Instead of putting buy now, I put it in the auction. So I was like, no, screw it. I'll just let it ride, and $230, and the guy paid like that. I was like,
wow,
okay, all right, I gotta pack it right now. Yeah,
I think that just kind of shows the price of Hot Toys now, how they've like gone up so much compared to what they were.
Yeah. Because like I was selling an Infinity War Thor, that went for 122. That made more sense to me. That'll go with that, But the cap kind of really surprised me. So,
yeah, it was surprising.
But that's it for me. I'm waiting for some 112 scale figures to drop, like the Mayfex Rogue. That got pushed back to next month.
Oh, did it? Okay.
Yeah, and then there's some other ones. But that's about it. Yeah, that's it.
Gotcha. And then sometimes on collector's figure again, right?
Yeah. Maybe.
Actually,
I know Mike is gonna call me out for what I said about him and Andor. I'll go on. So.
That's Michael Elliott.
Yeah,
no confusion there. Yeah. Yeah, but no, thanks again, Tremble. Appreciate it. Again, same to you. Anytime that you're free and available and interested, you're always welcome back. Just let me know. Give me a heads up.
Thanks.
So thank you,
I can send you the link. All right, gentlemen. As far as for me, as usual, if you want to get notified, of course, you can always subscribe and sign up for those notifications on my YouTube channel to get those. There's that, and then I also set reminders on my IG, my Instagram, my Facebook on when I'll be streaming. And it's not always consistent. Like, for example, I usually do Hot Talk during the week. Right now, we're doing it on a Saturday afternoon. Well, here in California anyways. But I wanted to switch it up just because, these figures I wanted to talk about more than the other ones. And then I'll probably do Figure Lowdown, the other stream that I do sometime during the week. And so I'll kind of switch it there just for this week. We'll see how that goes. Maybe I might keep it like that. I don't know. Just keep it fresh, kind of switch it up on that. And then speaking of video games, I have my Feezy's media channel. That's the channel where I talk about entertainment media, movies, music, games. I haven't been talking as much as games, but this new Switch announcement and that news makes me want to do either a stream or a video on that. So I may still do that. Just keep it locked on that. Again, same concept, right? Go if you want to get notified. Feel free to subscribe so you can get those notifications if you want. And then again, a reminder: I'll be on Jose Plus's Maso Menos show, and that is going to be April 26th of this. So yeah, in a couple of weeks, that's going to be on 16 Fix's channel. Again, he's a friend of the channel, so check out that section on my YouTube channel for the link to that. And that's going to be fun. I'll be going up against Ben Thomas. Oh man, good man. I hope you're ready, Ben.
Get him.
Yep, get him. Yeah.
Well,
it's going to be a fun show.
Ben is a Trekkie, so I have to support him. Sorry, I can't. I can't.
Yeah. He'll probably. I'm guessing he may come with that. I don't know. So yeah, I totally understand, man.
All right.
But yeah, me and Ben Thomas are going at it. UFC. Okay. No, not UFC. Yeah, yeah. But real quick, let me shout out SpongeBob SquareBalls. Thank you for coming through, Classy Thomas. Better late than never. Hope you're doing well, good sir. Rogue One saying great to see you guys. Yeah, thanks again for coming through, Phil and Sin in the house. Yeah, thank you for coming through, Sin. Appreciate your time. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, collectors and collectorettes, enjoy the rest of your weekend. We'll catch you on the next one. See ya.